Right, Skin. Coming up next, the Cowboys news of the day. Speaking of Eric Berry, we'll talk about that and some of the guys that have come and gone. And what does it mean? We'll talk a little Cowboys football with you next on 105.3 The Fan. Before we do, I want to talk about advanced body scan. Listen, went and got this done. It's an amazing relief. You get a body scan, and basically what they do, and this is I'll tell it to you like this. This is sobering news, but more Texans are going to die from heart disease and lung cancer than any other disease. But the key is finding it early. If you find it early, you can fix it early. Early detection of these diseases can absolutely save your life. That's why I went into advanced body scan with my wife. They got that patent-pending life-saving technology at the Plano Medical Center. Their patent-pending scan can save your life. Ironically and sadly, that's where I lost my dad, in that same hospital, to cancer. And it was pancreatic cancer for him. But, going in there to get my body scan and with my wife, I'm thinking, man, this is scary. But, man, if they catch something right now, we could knock it out. And getting this little body scan, this simple thing, can save our lives. And so I was super stoked to go in there. It was a quick 4-minute scan. It's performed on the latest generation CT scanner, and it came with a calcium score, full radiology report from their Texas licensed radiologist, and a visit with their medical doctor if needed. And the special is $99 heart and lung scan for couples, $99 for two people. Think about that. You could save both of your lives for $99. There's no downtime. There's zero prep that goes into it. Look, early detection increases your chances of survival and puts you in control. That's all this is about. I highly recommend this. Go to advancedbodyscan.com, advancedbodyscan.com, or give them a call right now, 214-214-SCAN, 214-214-SCAN, SCAN, or check them out at advancedbodyscan.com.
Keep track of the Richardson Homeboys wherever you go. Stay locked into Ben and Skin all afternoon at radio.com. Radio.com.
HendrickDFW.com is your Dallas area used car connection. Shop hundreds of pre-owned vehicles online, all makes and models, plus over 100 certified pre-owned Hondas and Volkswagens. Browse local inventory at their 2 convenient locations, Hendrick Volkswagen in Frisco or Honda Cars in McKinney.
There's a reason that electronics stores put TVs next to each other, because when you compare it side by side, it makes it very evident.
Meet Kevin Knight, who found out that buying an engagement ring wasn't like buying a TV. The biggest problem? Most jewelry stores had a very small selection.
When you're looking at one ring style in one store and then another ring style in another store, you don't get that same confidence that you're getting the right thing.
But then he found Diamonds Direct.
The selection here is just unlike anywhere else.
Diamonds Direct was the only place that let Kevin see dozens of diamonds and rings in his price range, side by side.
So when you have a large selection to choose from, you can put them all in a row and say, oh, without a doubt, this is where I want to be.
So, like buying a TV, he could compare the features and characteristics and make a decision that was just right for him.
At that point, it's your own budget. How much do you want to spend? And really, truly, what is important to you? We were able to go up in physical size and down in color, and it really gave us a wow factor that we're looking for.
Diamonds Direct, with a selection big enough to empower you to find that wow factor you're looking for. On Preston Road at Cherry Lane.
Son, it's time to learn how to do the lawn. Walk with me.
Got it.
Never diagonal rows. This isn't a baseball field. Vertical rows, son, up and down. So you hit every blade of grass. You know, it's just like they taught us in the Corps. If you're going to do a job, do it right.
Dad, you pretty much just did the whole lawn.
Pretty much won't cut it, bud. No lawn is finished until the edges are trimmed. It's like the edge of a ruler. Look at that line, son.
Like you, USAA always goes above and never cuts corners, because our members deserve nothing but the best. Like with a customized mobile app that offers unparalleled service 24/7. So our knowledgeable team can quickly help you handle any urgent needs the right way. Because for us, good enough is not good enough. Get a quote to bundle and save on USAA home and auto insurance.
Look at it. Son, you're looking at your phone. Look at the line.
Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Product membership eligibility and bundling savings restrictions apply and are subject to change. United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
Join me, RJ Choppy, at Boomer Jacks at Western Center and 35 in Fort Worth this Thursday from 6 to 8. We'll have basketball-themed games, watch all the college hoops, and enjoy great food and drinks and a patio. Details 105thethefan.com.
Ben Bradshaw here with UA Local 100 Dallas. The Dallas marketplace is booming with construction growth all around us. We have many contractors that we partner with that are very successful due to utilizing our highly trained workforce that we provide. We deliver the highest level of training with a nationwide network of qualified craftsmen that is second to none in the piping industry. The time is now to increase the volume of your business. Call us now at 214-909-9185 or at ualocaldfw.com.
What's up, fans and Tolos? It is Troy Hughes. Let's talk about Platinum Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep. You know I love talking about them, and you especially know I love showing you Platinum. And that's why I have one of my good friends and the general manager of Platinum Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep, Andrew Beck, to tell you more about it.
Of course, fans and Tolos hear these commercials. They see our posts on social media, and now we want to invite everybody to Terrell. Check us out at PlatinumCDRJTexas.com and drive a little further to save a lot more at Platinum Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep.
This segment of the Ben and Skin Show is brought to you by UA Local 100.
Craig Berenson here with UA Local 100 Dallas. Don't have your company turning away business because of lack of manpower in the piping trades. Call us now at 214-909-9185 or at ualocaldfw.com.
This segment of the Ben and Skin Show is brought to you by State of the Art Weight Loss. It's also brought to you by 1-800-Lawyers and the personal injury team at Frankel & Frankel. If you've been hurt in an accident and it's not your fault, call 1-800-Lawyers, or you can go online as well at frankelfirm.com. Principal office, Dallas, Texas.
The Ben and Skin Show, 105.3 The Fan, coming to you live from Pluckers in Dallas off Greenville and Lovers. You can go to pluckers.com and enter their biggest loser competition, and it has to do with March Madness. I'm talking about picking all the losers in the first round of the tournament. If you do that and you have the best bad bracket, well, you're entered to win $1,000 in gift cards at Pluckers, which is an awesome prize. So go to pluckers.com. You got to hurry up and enter to win your losers before the game start tomorrow. All right. Hey, I want to get into some of the Cowboys news of the day. Of course, the biggest news is probably what happened here late in the day, and that is that tomorrow a very special free agent is going to come to town. KT, tell us all about it.
Eric Berry will visit the Cowboys. Now, that is interesting just because he's a big name. I think when you start to look at his track record of the last 2 years, he didn't
one
play
of the
much.
most hardest hitting safeties in the league.
He is that, and I think he qualifies as a strong safety, and I think that's an important thing to remember here. I think we kind of are used to the old Eric Berry, who would maybe cover the back end and also play close to the line of scrimmage. He is now just a close to the line of scrimmage type of guy. 3 games in the last 2 years, okay? But the 2 years before that, his age 27 and 28 season, he played 16 games. So he's on this kind of record of 2 years of full seasons and then 1 off, 2 years of full seasons and then 2 off. Is this the year where he can come back and play? How much does he want? You know, I'm guessing we're talking under $5 million. If it's more than that, I'm a little leery. But he would be your starting strong safety immediately if a deal were to get done this week.
He's beat cancer. He's currently got a heel injury he's trying to get over. He's got 5 Pro Bowls on his resume. Man, he's still just going to be 31 here soon, right? So
yeah,
he's not. I mean, it's hard to know without looking at the medical situation. And the Chiefs did decide to part ways, right?
Yeah.
The Chiefs are like, we're good with the Honey Badger, and the Chiefs were in the mix for Earl Thomas 1 year at $12 million. It just baffles me, as much as we talked about Earl Thomas and the possibilities. If Earl was going to have to settle, as reports indicate, for 1 year and $12 million, what? And the Cowboys weren't that team. I'm just shocked, man. And I know that this is what they're trying to get away from.
Yeah.
But a 1 year commitment is not a huge commitment for Earl Thomas, which had been linked ever since he ran into the Cowboys locker room and begged them to come scoop him up.
And that's where I think a lot of that comes into managing the risk there. Okay. So what's the risk? The risk is you pay him that much and he's not good, or he gets hurt, or he's over the hill, or whatever. Okay. Now pair that with how much money Xavier Woods is making. Under $1 million. I think Xavier Woods' best football is ahead of him. Why even stunt that growth? We're building this team with this core. We're going to pay all these guys. There's no reason to stunt the growth of Xavier Woods. If you think Earl Thomas is going to come in and get 6 interceptions, I mean, okay, I get it. I just don't think that's very likely. You know, you can still be good and change the defense a little bit, but yeah, I think when you look at what's more important, getting Tank done or getting Earl Thomas, it's getting Tank done. It's not even close.
Right, it's not close
to them. But that's where Eric Berry's intriguing, because he immediately starts over Jeff Heath. Xavier Woods remains your free safety in the back. I know Eric Berry had 4 interceptions in 2016, the last year he played, but the Achilles injury has slowed him down. He is a up near the line of scrimmage safety now. He needs to be that type of guy. But it's fascinating. Huge name, man.
Maybe he'll play on a Sean Lee type deal. I don't know. Maybe he's like at this point in his life where he's like, yeah, man, let me go advance my brand with the Cowboys star. That'll be great for my career. Yeah, I'll play with bonuses based on how often I'm able to play or whatever games played. But this is interesting. I want to get back to more of what the Cowboys are thinking. There's a great article in Sports Illustrated today, and he was talking about free agency, and really it's talking about how it's a bad free agent class. One NFL executive off the record told Sports Illustrated about this current free agent class, quote, it's just a bad class. This class was always buyer beware. Even the guys who got franchised, not that they're one-year wonders, but players like Frank Clark and Dee Ford, it's more just that you wouldn't be sure if you would want to go invest significantly in them. And then the writer says, and maybe that's why Bill Belichick was in Barbados while the rest of us were getting all hysterical back here when free agency began.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys also, by design, were not at the wheel during free agency because this is not where you win. And the whole article by Albert Breer is based around some quotes from Stephen Jones, where Stephen says, look, the biggest thing is just that free agency, I just don't think you can make a living there. That's what we've always said. I think you're overpaying in free agency most of the time. Free agents are overvalued because you're competing in a market where you've got teams that don't have as many players they have to spend on, they don't have a bunch of players they need to use cap space on. And another thing is, I don't think you're ever one player away. It's a building process. You've got to have some really good quarterbacking to win championships, but you've got to put a good team around them. That whole theory that you're one player away, it's one that we don't buy into like you in the past. And, man, that's a direct shot, I think, for the way that they used to run things. Yeah. They're not running things like that anymore. And I think his whole point is this. Look, if you're going to give up a bunch of assets to get one player, whether it's cap space or whether it's draft picks to move up, I don't think you're one player away. You're going to be paying your quarterback $32 million or whatever they're going to pay Dak.
Yeah.
They need all these draft picks to go draft guys, and they're certainly not going to spend in free agency. Now, they might go get a bunch of bargains.
Sure.
Like, obviously, Christian Covington is a bargain. They got another defensive end today who's a bargain, right?
Kerry Hyder was with the Lions. Had 8 sacks in 2016. Hasn't done much since after he tore his Achilles in 2017. Bargain guy, competing for a job type of guy. You're also signing guys who are going to come into camp trying to fight for their football life, and that's an important thing too. But the main thing I took out of this article from Steven is good on him to come out and pound his chest. Because you know what? When this was all going down in free agency, the first week of free agency last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, when it all started, what was the perception? Well, the Cowboys just sitting around with their head up their butt. They're not doing anything. No, they're purposely not doing anything because it's the smart thing to do.
They're not at the wheel by design. And by the way, this article talks about how the good teams aren't spending. And they use Spotrak's offseason spending tracker for 2019 as the guide. 5 of the 6 lightest spending teams made the playoffs last year. And 2 of the 3 lightest spenders played in the Super Bowl. So think about that. The teams who did the best are not trying to win free agency.
Yeah.
They don't need to. 10 of the 12 playoff teams from last year are in the bottom 14 of spending thus far. And 2 of the 4 teams in that cluster that didn't make the playoffs, Atlanta and Carolina, they've both been in the Super Bowl and made a playoffs multiple times over the last 4 years. That leaves 2 of the 18 heaviest spenders that made the playoffs. One was 8th with Philly. The other was 12th with Baltimore. It's not unusual that it's skewed this way. Good teams don't spend because they've already paid a lot of their own guys and don't likely feel that desperate. But a good quick look at recent past shows that this year, the divide between the habits of the haves and have-nots was much more pronounced.
Look at this year's signing so far. Le'Veon Bell to the Jets. The Jets had a ton of cap space, okay, and they're a bad team. Trey Flowers to the Lions, okay. The Lions, bad team. Well, I mean, they're not. We don't consider them serious. The Jaguars and Nick Foles is different. Landon Collins to the Redskins. Perpetual
bad team.
Perpetual mediocrity. C.J. Mosley to the Jets. Justin Houston's a free agent still. You go look at this team. There's not a lot of good teams are spending money. The Chiefs and the Ravens are examples, but that's filling holes is all that is, to get the Honey Badger for the Chiefs, the Ravens to get Earl Thomas, filling one big hole and not doing much else otherwise.
I get it. I know why Cowboys fans are frustrated. And, dude, I got swept up and excited about the Earl Thomas thing, too. And, man, you would feel like if you added Earl Thomas and he stayed healthy that, wow, you just added a super stud to your team. Let's go. But the reality is it's not as sexy, but this is by far the smarter, more prudent, more time-proven over and over and over and over again way to build your team. It's exactly what you've been talking about. Just draft and develop your own. And it really applies to all sports. But in the NFL in this day and age, if you're going to go make headlines during free agency, chances are you're not a good team.
And that's where your biggest problem should not be what you do or don't do in free agency. Your biggest problems come to what the Cowboys are facing now with Tank. I like this guy, big part of my core. Do I give him the deal? Well, his history is bothering me a little bit, and I got to pay him that much. Or whatever they're going to have to do with Dak. All those things, you've got your core, you've identified the players you want. Now, put your money where your mouth is. You've identified the guys. Are you going to make that move and continue to go forward? The smart thing to do is probably to dangle Tank out there and see if there's any trade interest. And nothing happens, then and you don't have to trade him. You just what's the interest here?
Well,
see what you think you can get, and then we're talking about the risk of already making a player butthurt, but I think we've already passed that line with him.
If he finds out that you're offering him up, oh my God, he's going to get that surgery on the first day of the season.
Sure. Okay, and that's why that's the biggest problem.
What could they get? What do you really think they could get for DeMarcus Lawrence?
Like a late one.
Because keep in mind, a team's going to have to pay him.
Yeah.
And the team is going to have to give up a lot of assets to get him, whatever. So what would that be? Just a late first round pick?
Like a late one and maybe like a future 3 or something.
I mean,
I don't think it's anything crazy.
That's not good enough considering how good he is.
Yeah.
If he's healthy.
I agree.
If he's healthy, he's one of the most dominant defensive players in the league.
What was the scenario we ran last week from the draft show with Broadus, Hellman, and Dane Brugler were throwing out there? The Colts have picks. I don't have the pick numbers in front of me. They have a pick late in the first, which is 26 or 29 in that area. And then they've got a second-round pick at 34, 35. And then they've got their 59 as their late second-round pick. And that was like the idea of how much of that could you get? It's that late first, and it's that 59. That's what it would be probably. But I think you just pay him. I think you get to it. I think you also set a signal. This is the path we're on. This is what we do. Hey, everyone in the clubhouse, we're drafting and developing. This is what we do. There's no questions asked. We've got our good players. We pay our good players, and we move it on down the road. The weirdness of this deal with Tank makes me nervous. You've mentioned, what do other guys think about when someone gets paid? Well, they think about a lot of things. So, and they'll do this fine line with Dak next year, probably.
Yeah.
And Byron, and probably the same thing. But to me, the weirdest thing of all of it is for Steven to publicly say, we have money budgeted for Zeke, when I guarantee you Tank's going, huh? What are we doing here?
Man, I am looking at the Colts. The Colts have over $100 million in cap space. The next highest teams are like in the 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they've got to. I don't have.
They've got to spend to get to the floor.
Yeah,
they're going to have to spend at some point.
Are they saving? Are they saving that? I mean, are they going to pull off that deal for Tank and pay Tank? And
I think they're thinking trade. I definitely think they're thinking trade. I don't know if it's for Tank, but they're up to something.
They're up to something,
and that's a very good GM in Ballard, who was there with the Chiefs for a long time. I mean, he is a really, really good a football mind and a scout, so I think you're talking about a team right there you could work with and maybe get something done. So I think it's all fascinating. I do think there's the great sign is that last week Tank was working out, seeing that captains workouts. So Tank was working out at the facility. That never happens for guys who are in contract disputes.
Right. And
never happens.
Steven said in Sports Illustrated and continues to say they're going to get that deal done with him. So
yeah, they'll get it done. It's a matter of when. I think we're closing in. I bet they get a deal done within the next month. I bet they get a deal done before the draft. Put it that way. Maybe you wait on the draft to happen in case of a draft day trade. They're going to get this deal done.
All right, coming up next, we've got the KNC Masterpiece joining us from Surprise, Arizona. Very much looking forward to talking to the boys. We'll visit with them next and find out when they're going to do a pop-up show. I'm sure they'll do a pop-up KT pop-up show. I'm sure that's going to happen. That's next. Before we get to that, I want to talk about Frankel & Frankel and 1-800-LAWYERS. Frankel & Frankel is who you need to call if you are involved in an accident that is not your fault. That's what I did. I was involved in an accident. It was not my fault. I called them right from the scene, and I'm so, so very glad that I did. They were amazing for me. They handled everything. They set up the doctor's appointments, the x-rays, the MRIs, the physical therapy. They got me put back in one piece, and they battled the other folks' insurance company for me because, yes, that's what insurance companies want to do. Some of them out there are just looking to get over and get you to make a quick deal and not have you represented with your best interests in mind. And I know for me, I was just happy that I had somebody representing those interests and looking out for me. And that's what Frankel & Frankel did. They helped get me healthy, get me back in one piece, get me a replacement car. And then at the end of it all, they got me a nice cash settlement as well. So if you're involved in an accident that's not your fault, right there from the scene, call 1-800-LAWYERS. The number is 1-800-LAWYERS for the law offices of Frankel & Frankel.
Coming up Tuesday morning on Sean and RJ, we celebrate, not trying to shinx it, we celebrate Dirk passing Wilt.
Plus a pair of concert ticket giveaways starting at 7:40. It's a Tuesday morning of the Fan.
Christy Cannon here, reminding you to tune in each weekday morning with Mike Fisher for the Cannon Real Estate Update. Call us, text us, look us up, 469-951-9588, or go to cannonteamhomes.com.
Two magical things come from Milwaukee: beer and power tools. Milwaukee is the beer capital of the world, and Northern Tool is the capital of Milwaukee power tools. If you need to drill, saw, hammer, grind, or screw something in right, Northern Tool has the right Milwaukee power tool for you at the lowest price. Get yours at Northern Tool and Equipment and northerntool.com. Then, after a long day's work, crack open a cold one, knowing you did it right. Cheers to you, Northern Tool.
Hey, Bennett Skinner for Balcones Distilling. Look, Balcones Distilling makes some of the best whiskey in the world, grain to glass. Right here in Texas, they've won over 350 major national and international awards for their creations, and most recently, the Icons of Whiskey named Balcones head distiller Jared Hemstedt America's Master Distiller of the Year for 2019. I had some Balcones this weekend. So glad to say I did over spring break and enjoyed it. It's fantastic. Now, long recognized as making some of the best bourbon in the world outside of Kentucky. Balcones is adding their first ever year-round bourbon, Texas Pot Still Bourbon. It's the one with the red label, made from 4 grains: roasted blue corn, Texas wheat, Texas rye, and malted barley. This one is all about inclusivity, offering uncommon character and flavor complexity that both longtime Balcones fans and folks new to the brand can appreciate. So look for that red label. It's beautiful. If you see it, buy it and try it. You'll be happy you did. And be sure to tweet us a picture of that or Instagram if you'd like. We'd love to get our eyes on you holding that bottle of Balcones. I know it's a point of pride. When you buy it, you want to appreciate it because that's what it's all about. Balcones Distilling, distilled to appreciate.
When it comes to getting a pre-owned car, everyone would like to find a great lease return. And where better to look than the nation's leasing leader, Autoflex Leasing. We have a plan that will change the way you save money on your cars forever. It's the Flex Buy, and the only place you can get it is Autoflex Leasing. The Flex Buy gives you the security and benefits of ownership with the low payments and guarantees that you have when you lease. No down payment, payments up to 50% less than a traditional purchase, and a guaranteed trade-in value. Yep, all that, and you own the car. It's not a lease. It's our exclusive Flex Buy. The title's in your name, so if you want to buy it at the end, you don't have to pay taxes again. Like I said, all the benefits of ownership and all the things that save you money with a lease when you Flex Buy your next car from Autoflex Leasing. Call Autoflex today at any local area code, then 234-1234, or reach us online at autoflex.com. Don't just buy your next car, Flex Buy it from Autoflex Leasing.
Autoflex Lease, oh yeah!
Message and data rates may apply. Please do not text and drive. See purple.com for terms and conditions.
And now for an important announcement. Do you, or does someone you know, sweat the bed? Do you ever wake up feeling like you've been sleeping on a slip and slide? Sweating the bed is a serious but common problem that affects your sleep, health, and happiness. Plus, it's just plain gross. But it's not you, it's your mattress. Fortunately, there is a cure. It's called Purple. Purple is the only mattress with a scientifically engineered smart comfort grid. This patented technology is designed to let air flow freely so you sleep cool. Side effects of sleeping on Purple include sleeping better, feeling better, and, well, honestly, smelling better. Try the Purple mattress risk-free for 100 nights and never sweat the bed again. And right now, get $100 off the purchase of a mattress when you text BED to 84888. Yes, $100 off, but only when you text BED to 84888. That's BED to 84888.
Calling all Walking Dead heads. Register on 1053thefan.com for your chance to win the complete 4th season of AMC's hit television drama, Fear the Walking Dead, on Blu-ray and DVD.
And now, a quick comparison from Grasshopper. When you're always on the go, what would you prefer? An office phone system?
Hey, it's Rochelle. Sorry I missed you earlier. Had an errand to run, but I'm back in the office, so give me a call when you get this.
Or one that works on your cell phone? No hardware needed, courtesy of Grasshopper.
Oh, one sec. It's a business call. Hi, this is Rochelle with Way Forward Partners. How can I help?
There's no contest. Put your best voice forward with Grasshopper, the virtual phone system for small business. Try it free at grasshopper.com.
What's going on, fans and Tolos? It is Troy Hughes, and of course you know I want to talk to you about Platinum Ford in Terrell. It's a short drive east of the Metroplex in Terrell off of Highway 80. They've been doing remarkable things, and now they're going to do more remarkable things in 2019. Isn't that right, General Manager Adam Vinci?
Without question, Troy, here at Platinum Ford, we want to do anything and everything we can for the fans and Tolos. And don't forget about our website, platinumford.com. Come see us and drive a little further to save a lot more at Platinum Ford.
Counting down the days till opening day at Globe Life Park. March 28th to be exact. This is the home of Rangers baseball. 105.3 The Fan.
The new Mesquite Mitsubishi has over 250 vehicles, including Outlanders, Mirages, and more. Mesquite Mitsubishi, 635 and Oats. Visit mymitsu.com.
Thank you, Shippy. It's the Ben and Skin Show, 105.3
My pleasure, Ben.
The Fan. Hey, thanks, Shippy. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
For everything.
I could work at Chick-fil-A now.
We are at Pluckers in Dallas off Greenville and Lovers. Our promo crew has been out here giving stuff away. Reed has been out here engineering. Peyton and Darian in promotions they've been keeping busy at that promo table. Even Steven Rodriguez has been up here as well. We are up here because their biggest loser March Badness competition is going on. Go to pluckers.com. Enter to win the most losers. You want to be bad. You want to get them wrong. Enter the most losers in the first round, and you'll be entered to win a $1,000 Pluckers gift card. Good luck, everybody, or good bad luck, everybody. Hopefully you do poorly. Joining us now, though, from Surprise, Arizona, our close personal homeboys, the KNC Masterpiece out at Ranger Spring Training. Boys, do you have us?
Did you just fight off a burp there, Ben? That was pretty impressive.
Through it. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I fought through it admirably. Nice. Thank you. Fought it off. It's now. It didn't happen, Kevin.
Okay, so I probably shouldn't have called attention to it. Huh?
No,
I
heard you burp, Ben. You did the right.
You almost burped just now.
I almost burped. I didn't burp. I wanted to smooth it over, but I respect the fact that you called me out on it.
Parker, did you hear Ben almost burp just a few seconds ago?
You know what I did?
Look, it happens. Even babies burp. Everybody burp. That was not
Is that the
footage.
follow-up to Everybody Poops, the children's book? Everybody burps.
I used to love that REM song. That was a great song.
Everybody burps.
Yeah.
Why is it so sad, though? Like, you'd think you'd be happy about knowing that you can burp.
Yeah, I know.
But Michael Stipe is so sad in that song.
Yeah.
You guys got some breaking sports news?
Oh, Shippy, give us a break. Some breaking news alert sounds.
It's brought to you by Radio.com Sports in the 2019 Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Blake Bortles is going to go to the Rams and be
Yes.
backup.
Called it on Saturday.
Berkner?
That what?
The Berkner Rams?
The Los Angeles Rams.
The Los Angeles Rams.
He should probably go start over at Berkner, though, you know?
I don't think he could cut
Rams.
They got Blake Bortles.
Would you not have wanted him here?
I'd have been fine with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
As a backup for a very cheap price. How much does he make? Does it? Does the note show how much he's making?
Backups.
Oh man!
Wow.
The details are not out there now. Also, Todd Archer reporting that the Cowboys will meet with Malik McDowell of Michigan State who was drafted in the second round by the Seattle Seahawks in 2017, went off-roading on an ATV, and there were very limited details.
Yes.
Got hurt, never played it down for the Seahawks. Seahawks had to cut him. They had a couple weird press conferences where Pete Carroll said things like, hey, we're just glad he's alive. It got so weird with him. The details of that crash it was an ATV crash, are not clear at all. Malik McDowell, though, was a top 10 talent in that draft. And now he's going to visit with the Cowboys tomorrow, it looks like.
They used a second-round pick on him, and they're going to get nothing out of him?
Nothing.
And they're willing
They
to
cut him a while back.
Yeah, they cut him. Yeah.
Why?
Just they think he's a moron.
They think he's a moron, and I think also they just think he was too hurt to play. I mean, I think he tweeted something at one point that just said, I'm just happy to be alive.
Is he in defensive end or a tackle?
Tackle.
I remember watching him. He's a monster.
Big old beast.
Now, why did he slip to the second? Because he was a top 10 tackle.
There were character concerns. A lot of people thought he was lazy. A lot of people thought he didn't give a crap about football.
Okay.
A lot of people, I didn't
Sounds
see it
like
on
he'll fit in just fine with this defensive line.
My red flag list didn't say anything about he loves to ride four-wheelers. It didn't say anything about that, but that's part of it as well. It's so strange, though, because it's the one thing, like most everything in this world now, we know the details of it pretty quickly. Yeah, no details on this.
Can't hide anything.
Maybe no witnesses. Maybe you just went out in the woods and hit a tree, but no witnesses, no details on that wreck. He's going to visit the Cowboys, though, and you know what?
Love it.
Bring them all.
Love it.
Bring them all in here.
Love it.
High talented guys.
He's even able to play, or if it's going to be another year of rehab. I don't know. Look forward to getting details on that. Boys, how are you liking Surprise so far?
We're good. We climbed a mountain today.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Did you throw
How
a
about
football
that?
over it? Did you see any scorpions, or is it Scorpii?
I did. They
Scorpios.
started singing "Rock You Like a Hurricane." It was pretty awesome.
I got a sunburn. I forgot to put on sunscreen when we went out there. Boz Lerman once told me to wear sunscreen, and I didn't listen today, guys.
Yeah. Did you guys see a bunch of hot air balloons out there?
Yes.
Yeah, on our drive in on Sunday, it was pretty awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to ride a hot air balloon?
Yes, I do. Have any of you guys ever been in a hot air balloon? Because I'm really intrigued by this.
I'm scared of heights and I'm scared of dangling. And so those are both my fears combined into one leisure activity, which I don't find
dangling from a balloon.
Yeah.
That'd be bad for you.
That'd be bad.
Do you think I should not do it? Or if I'm not afraid of heights, should I go for it?
No, I think you're living your best life right now, and I think you're on a roll. Right? Look how good you guys look. You guys look fantastic.
Man,
you should get out there and explore.
Sullivan, he was talking about how hot we were looking today.
Yeah,
right?
He doesn't ever give anybody compliments.
Yeah.
So
get out there and enjoy all the world has to offer. If that includes getting in a hot air balloon, you do it.
Yeah, you can see us right now on the fan cam doing, if you want to look at us and see our bodies. We're not in the hot air balloon, but we are close by.
Speaking of that, did you see Corey's little video from last night? How about that?
I saw him with his shirt off, and he was going to be shooting a commercial. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, no. We did. I mean, there's that, too. We did what we call Q and AA with Corey last night because he might have been imbibing some spirits.
I was drunk.
Just
a couple. I've been feeling it today too, guys. I'm pretty hurt right now. Yeah, I drank a lot, pretty much an entire bottle of whiskey. But it was a good time. It was worth it, to get out there and sweat it out today on the hiking trail with Eric Nadell. That was kind of fun. So I felt like I was going to die most of the time, but I made it, and that's the success. The commercial, Ben, that you're talking about is the new soda commercial that you can see on all over the television in the television world. I would like for people to take pictures and then tweet those goofy looking pictures to us.
Pictures of what?
Of the commercial. If you see the commercial, take a picture of my stupid face.
I sent you the wrong pictures.
And you just sent me a picture of your face. So
you're lucky.
Yeah. So that's what's up.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so you had your shirt off for that commercial, and you had your shirt off for QA&A.
Mm-hmm.
And now your shirt's just off all the time.
Yeah, I feel like it's no shirt 9 season again. We're trying to really initiate that again. So I'm just trying to make sure that I support what the show's based on, and that is no shirt 9.
So you guys don't have any more? You don't have any ramifications from the no shirt 9? Like ramifications?
I mean, as long as we're just taking our shirts off and not pressuring anybody else.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, we do ask people to take their shirts off,
but it's their own
You
free
guys
will.
told me a long time ago that the whole point of it was to try to get, certain talented, voluptuous listeners to do it. To take their shirts off.
And
I hear what you're saying, but there's been a couple of guy pictures that were sitting in. I was like, wow, that guy looks ridiculous with his shirt on. It's impressive.
We also found out recently that some couples use listening to our show as a
aphrodisiac.
Yeah, to set up because they've sent us pictures of what they do while they listen to the show. So it's kind of crazy.
There are some graphic pictures, man.
Is it aphrodisiac or aphrodisiac?
Ooh, I guess I say Desiac. So
Aphrodisiac, DG, like Dijon mustard. Yeah.
Afro D's nuts.
Walked right into that one.
So wait, they get down to your show?
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. In my history, going up to a hot woman and talking to her about the Cowboys salary cap has never really been the gateway to Funky Town.
You said funky, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I got nervous there for a second.
Yeah.
You just forgot what you were doing.
You're going to sign Porzingis? Oh. What?
Is that what your dream girl sounds like?
Yeah.
What do you think about Gallows groin strain? Give it to me. Tell me what you think.
Guys, what are you coming up on your award-winning presentation live from Surprise?
Well,
I'm trying to get Parker to get Oral on the show.
Everybody's excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Wow.
Oral Hershiser's right next to us right now, and I'm going to try and see if Parker can get him on the show.
But the thing is, that's Corey's hero.
You're gonna, wait, hold on. You're going to try to see if Parker
knock on the door?
What?
You're going to go see if Parker can get Oral?
On the show. Yeah.
Hershiser?
Yeah, Oral Hershiser.
Oh, that's too long of a pause, I think.
To jump
what
on
are you
with
talking
his,
about? I said
he's
Oral Hershiser.
Yeah, he was just yelling at some of the players down on the field because the Rangers were playing the Dodgers tonight out here in Surprise. So they were all yelling back at him, and he seems really excited. And I am too scared to talk to Oral Hershiser.
That'd probably be the first time Parker got Oral, right?
Yeah. Hershiser.
We actually tried to get him on the show last year. It just didn't work out.
I don't know about the way y'all are pausing these out.
Yeah.
The other,
No, I mean,
I think the
Parker's,
last,
he's a good producer.
Parker's young in his radio career.
They probably never had him.
Yeah.
I think
probably never
Boss,
went over there and forced Oral.
Hershiser. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think the boss man Gavin Spittle was with us the last time Oral was here, and I went shirtless next to Oral Hershiser. It was weird.
He's doing this whole thing where he's going, "Oh my God, he's distancing." He's a guy who did 2 segments on which presidents were gay on Saturday.
That's
he's
true.
distancing from this right
That's
now.
true.
Only 2?
Ben, would you like to know the results of these studies?
No, I would not, sir.
Oh, okay, but there's 2 of them, so I'll let you speculate as to which 2 there are.
Be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Guys, what's the first segment right at the shoot?
Well, it depends on if they have the guts to go knock on the door. It could be Oral Hershiser, or if not, we're going to talk more about Cowboys free agency.
Yeah, well, I'll also point this out. Kevin is frugal, and he uses coupons for pretty much everything.
Yeah,
Does he like the way the Cowboys are shopping right now?
Wow. And, man, so you guys could go Howard Stern and have live Oral Hershiser on the radio.
First segment?
Yeah. And right off the bat, in the first segment. Oh. Is he right next door looking at you guys?
He's literally 2 feet away from me,
He's
but
getting
there's
ready for
a
his
piece of glass
broadcast.
there. The game starts in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
he's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
You guys got time to work in some Oral, too, if you guys get over there and ask him to jump on.
Yeah, let me go warm him up real quick.
Okay.
Wait.
What does that mean?
You got to take a glove and play catch with him?
A glove.
Holy jeez. Well, coming up next will be some other show. We're probably going to go national now because of this.
You guys are fine. Oral Hershiser, a baseball legend. Good luck getting in. Have a great show live from Surprise, Arizona. We love you guys. Happy broadcasting. Want to say thanks to everybody who's been a part of this one. Obviously, Reed and Steven and Darian and
Peyton.
Peyton is here as well at the back table. Appreciate him being here. I want to thank Joan and Payroll, the Vielma brothers at the front desk in Fort Worth, and Raul and the boys downstairs.
Those guys are always whipping up an incredible Pluckers dinner every single Christmas time.
Yep. Coming up next, we're all going to get to hear Oral Hershiser, maybe on with the Kansas City Masterpiece or other baseball programming. Coming up next, right here on the Fan.
Never miss a second of the Fan. Tolo all day and all night, thanks to radio.com.
Radio.com. Hey, it's KT, and let's talk about Hulu. Do you guys see this story? Hulu really paid Damian Lillard to get a tattoo that says Hulu Live Sports. Why keep paying so much for cable when you can watch your games on Hulu? You can watch your favorite teams play live all season long. I'm ditching cable. Heck, everybody's ditching cable. Why keep paying so much for cable when you can watch the games on Hulu for just $45 a month? When my show ends at 7 p.m., I go home and watch all the biggest games on Hulu. Don't waste money on cable. Get Hulu.
At Genesis of McKinney and Genesis of Plano, the #1 Genesis dealer in Texas, you'll find a tremendous selection of the North American Car of the Year, the Genesis G70, in addition to the Genesis G80 and G90. Plus, Genesis of McKinney and Genesis of Plano are proud parts of the Huffines Auto Group, which has been serving North Texas with Texas values for 95 years. For more, click to huffines.net.
If you could do something to protect your family with just 10 minutes effort, would you bother? If something should ever happen to you, that 10-minute effort could mean the difference between hardship and financial security for your loved ones. Life insurance is something most people don't like to think about. Too many people do nothing until it's too late. The reason? People expect it'll be a big hassle. Ethos changes all that. Ethos is modern life insurance for people who don't have the time for fine print, extra doctor's appointments, or hidden fees. Ethos is affordable. It only takes about 10 minutes to apply online. And you'll be taking the first step in ensuring your family has the help they need to maintain the life you're building for them, even if the unexpected happens. Ethos brings you choices that don't require an in-person meeting with an agent, and in most cases, there's no need for a doctor's appointment. Ethos, life insurance for the 21st century. Apply online in just 10 minutes. Get a free quote now at getethos.com. That's getethos.com. Getethos.com.
Wherever you go, however you go, for energy on the go, it's got to be 5-Hour Energy. It works fast, it works long, it tastes good. And with 0 sugar and 4 calories, there's nothing holding you back. Fits in your pocket, fits in your backpack, fits your on-the-go life. Whether you're going to work, going on vacation, or just going out with friends. 5-Hour Energy. Energy on the go. For more information and to find a retailer near you, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Hey, Bennett Skin here. Are you looking for a great new job? Well, DFW Security is hiring experienced installers, as well as inside and outside sales reps too. Work for a solid company with competitive base pay, plus lucrative commissions and bonuses.
At DFW Security, you'll get benefits like health insurance and paid time off. DFW Security is a local Dallas-Fort Worth company that offers alarm monitoring at just $12.95 a month, smart security systems, security cameras, and home automation. So join the team. Call 888-594-5018 or visit dfwsecurity.com/careers for more details.
This is Rangers manager Chris Woodward, and you're listening to the home of the Rangers, 105.3 The Fan, KRLD FM, and HD1 Dallas-Fort Worth.
A radio.com sports station. Live from spring training in Surprise, Arizona. This is the KNC Masterpiece on your home of the Texas Rangers. 105.3 The Fan.
We are back here on the KNC Masterpiece on 105.3 The Fan. Corey Majors alongside my co-host Kevin Hagelin, and we also have our good friend Parker Hillis with us. Reggie is back at the studio. Gentlemen, we are live from Surprise, Arizona, where the Rangers are, I guess this is the last week now of spring training. And, hey, we promised you as a station that 105.3 The Fan would ensure that we were the station that covered every bit of spring training for you, and that's what we're doing right now. We've already made some headway in the clubhouse a little bit, Kevin, as we've had some discussions with some of the players. It seems like we have some good friendships that we're already building with some of these guys.
Plus, the breaking news we can report is there is, in fact, a crossword puzzle competition that happens. Are you serious? I can confirm that happens in the Rangers clubhouse.
Do you have to be a player to get involved in that?
I think you do. Because although
I can knock out a
pretty good crossword puzzle pretty quickly.
We made a friend today, and he might need our guidance.
Okay, all right, because he's not smart, or because he?
No, he said he's not a crossword puzzle guy.
Oh, okay.
I would
all right.
never say somebody who. Well, he did interview with us, so maybe he's not smart.
His intelligence level must be questioned. And there is potential. I went and talked to Oral Hershiser.
What?
Guys, I went and I introduced
What'd you say?
myself. I said, "You're one of my favorite pitchers of all time." And then I stopped and had nothing else to say. It was like Troy Aikman all over again, Kevin.
That was the greatest thing ever. Is he went up to Troy Aikman at Nobu and is like, "Hey, one of your old coaches is like one of my coaches," and he goes, "Oh, really? Awesome." And then Corey had nothing else to say,
froze up.
and then it was. Oh
yeah, so I didn't know what to do after that, but yeah, so I asked him if he'd hop on with us. He's doing some prep work for the game tonight because the Rangers are playing the Dodgers right here on 105.3 The Fan. That'll be coming up at 9:00 your time. He said if everything's all squared away, he's going to hop over here with us and have a little discussion.
Do you think that's what's really happening, or do you think he's on the stream right now listening and he's like, "I'm going to determine whether or not I want to be on with these idiots"?
Man, that's a good
if so,
question.
we're probably
Well, then
out.
try not to be such an idiot, Kevin.
Okay,
try to
I'll
be
try.
More good.
I gotta be me.
All right, Kevin. So you can also go check out the fan cam right now, 1053thefan.com. We are live and up and streaming, and we'd like for you to check us out. All right. So lots of stuff happening today. 877-881-1053. Do you like the way the Cowboys are doing what they are doing? The way they are shopping right now. So here's the deal. Kevin is a very frugal shopper.
Yes.
Kevin likes to use coupons, right?
Yes.
Like that's one of your things is you love using coupons.
Absolutely.
You shop cheaply, except for those Duke blue shoes that you're wearing right now.
How about them, man?
Maybe
How much longer are they going to last?
I need to get those up on the webcam.
When are they going to blow out on you?
Oh no, these are good. These are the Kyries. These are what these are what Zion switched to if you go to the webcam right now. First of all, I just got these shoes and I really like them, but I also wore them today just to irritate Jared.
Okay.
And I don't know if you saw when we went in the media room, I put my feet right up on the chair next to him and he goes, "Oh God."
Okay.
So he's so beaten down by him already.
All right. So that's kind of the question. 877-881-1053. Do you like the way the Cowboys are shopping? Because what I'm seeing is a team that's like, we refuse to spend premium price on guys that are free agents. It just doesn't make sense for us to do that. And Steven said that. And I saw the piece this morning from SI.com where Stephen Jones basically threw that gauntlet down and was saying, look, this is one of those situations that we're not big on free agency. I just don't think you can make a living there. That's what we've always said. I think you're overpaying in free agency most of the time. Free agents are overvalued because you're competing in a market where you've got teams that don't have as many players as they have to spend on. And so they have to use that cap space. And so that's what they're doing. The other thing is, I don't think you're ever one player away. It's a building process all the time. We're constantly building this thing. You got to have some really good quarterbacking to win championships, but you got to put a good team around him. And so the whole theory is what he says is we don't buy into that the way we may have in the past. And that's Stephen Jones saying this is his philosophy. Now, I know Jerry has a different mindset sometimes and ultimately comes in and may lay it down.
Right.
But that's the idea that they said, okay, we're not going to go pay that $56 million to Earl Thomas. But maybe we can get a bargain Eric Berry. Maybe we can get a bargain Randall Cobb.
But I want to use Earl Thomas as an example of what I don't like about that is that contract came in late. Before that, he was going to sign a 1-year, $12 million deal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I don't like is because that's totally doable. That doesn't handicap your ability to spend going forward. And you know how I feel about how they should be pushing everything into the table for this year. So a 1-year, $12 million deal. And if he would have taken it from Kansas City, you know he would have taken it here. I mean, Richard Sherman even said if all things are equal, he'll definitely go to the Cowboys. And so I have a problem with that. I do. I mean,
I wonder if that's true. I wonder if that – Kevin, how many times did we see players use the Rangers as leverage?
And I wonder that's why I hate Roger Clemens to this day.
Just the simple idea that you could put that, the Cowboys are going to be willing to pay whatever the $10 million is. So he doesn't get shortcut anywhere else. I wonder how much of that's really true and how much of it's part of the play. So, I mean, there's no telling. But yeah, you're right. Earl Thomas did say, "Hey, look, I thought I had this deal going on," and the Cowboys, maybe they just never. I guess whenever you see whatever Eric Berry signs for, if he does sign with the Cowboys, or if Clifton Gathers is the guy they go with, what price they put on him, I guess that's the thing. Is then you go, okay, well, they were or they weren't willing to go that high, or they, this is the money they actually wanted to spend, and they're going with bargain guys that they hope turn out, because that's with Cole Beasley. They got premium production for a very good price while he was here, right? Like they were getting good production at that position, and they didn't want to go out and spend $10 million on a guy when they are like, we can get that price for cheaper. We can get that production for a lot cheaper. So let's stick to that, right?
I think so. Eric Berry is a really fascinating case because in terms of name value, he's pretty much as big as it gets outside of Earl Thomas for that position, but he's also played 3 games in the last 2 years. And I know people will say, well, it was the issue with cancer and everything like that, but that was an issue before that. He ran into problems with his Achilles, and that's the biggest reason that he's been missing time as of late. It's not because he had to overcome other off the field medical diagnoses. It was the Achilles that really slowed him down. And so, I mean, I like the player. I like the name. I don't like that for a lot of money, but that would be an interesting name to bring in here.
From the 469, there was a time when we wanted all the hottest free agents and got them, but never groomed our youth. Now we have the youth, but fans want free agents. It makes no sense.
I get that, but I think the easy fix is a hybrid of the two. Like, by no means am I saying you should go out there and be trying to sign every single person. Like, I don't think that you should have been in, hey, you should have been in the mix to pick up D Ford, and you should have also been in the mix to get this guy, and you should have also been in the mix to get this guy, and sign Golden Tate, and re-sign Cole Beasley. And like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can still foster along the progression of the youth and pick up Earl Thomas, or you could have, So I think you can have it both ways. I agree that when the Cowboys just went up there and they were star effers, because let's face it, that's what they were. It was a disaster. It was much like the Rangers trying to build around A-Rod when they were like, what we need to do is get Ken Caminiti and Andres Galarraga. Like, it was a disaster. And so the Cowboys have already been through that. I'm not advocating for that. I am, however, saying that you can boost your youthful players by giving them some veteran competition or mentorship and picking up certain players. A strategic free agency is what I'm all about.
Yeah, I also look at it, and I feel like they're being strategic right now. I feel like, like a Randall Cobb on a cheap price, if that's what he wants. He wants to play with a team, because you go back and look at Randall Cobb. This is perfect. He's the perfect kind of guy if he can stay healthy, right?
Sure.
Like, this is a guy that got injured because he fell on the mic'd up pack once. Like that, he scored a touchdown and fell on the mic'd up pack. He's had some weird injuries, but when I look at the type of player, when he was at Kentucky, Kevin, he was a quarterback his freshman year, I do believe, freshman or sophomore year. Then he went to go play wide receiver.
They let Jared Lorenzen be quarterback at Kentucky.
He's been a kick returner, a punt returner. He can do everything on the field. And if you really do want to change up what your offense is, if you really want to add things and add elements, this is the perfect kind of guy to add to the mix. Because, all right, I want to create space somehow.
Sure,
I can line him up in the backfield. And look at everywhere he lined up with Aaron Rodgers. And then I also take into consideration he's big time into team leadership. That's one of the, everybody's always said he's a great team leader, going all the way back to whenever he was at Kentucky. And some of the things that he learned from Aaron Rodgers, that's a friendship with both of those guys. Aaron Rodgers and him cried on the field in their last game together as they embraced before the game, because he realized that was probably his last game as a Packer. They both knew that. He loved that guy. And I think that he learned a lot of things that maybe he could pass on to Dak.
Well, and I know some people are going to bring this up, so I just want to go ahead and attack this right now. What you said about if he stays healthy. And that's what people will bring up about Randall Cobb was in for the visit. Eric Berry will be in for the visit. But that's the whole reason you have a shot at these players, right? Like if Eric Berry was still a consistently healthy All-Pro, you have no chance. If Randall Cobb was still consistently tearing it up with Aaron Rodgers and had no health issue, there's no way they would let that player get away, let alone you would be able to afford it. So you have to take some gambles. And I saw some people were asking about, are the Cowboys still in salary cap hell? I don't know if they're using that phrase sarcastically or not, but that's the thing is the Cowboys have the money. They have 50 some odd $50 million. You subtract out the tank money. I get that. But that's the other thing that was frustrating me about this all along. You know how I feel is I think you could have backloaded the deal with Tank where it only costed you 12 this upcoming year instead of 20 and a half or 21. And that gives you the leeway. Like that almost could have got you Earl Thomas on his original deal. That could easily fit an Eric Berry or a Randall Cobb, or a Mark Barron.
Yeah, somebody did say they're fine with the approach as long as some of their own are being signed.
Sure, no,
right?
absolutely.
And that's the whole why haven't you signed Tank yet? And we discussed this on Saturday. You know, Mickey Spagnuolo was like, why, if you're the agent, do you want to go ahead and sign right now?
Which is interesting.
Frank Clark's still out there unsigned. Jadeveon Clowney is still out there tagged and unsigned. So if you're the if you're the agent of this guy, you're sitting there going, okay, I'm going to sign this deal. Let's say it's $100 million. He signs a $100 million deal. Then Frank Clark comes along and signs a $102 million deal.
Yeah.
And now your client is coming to you saying, I'm better than this guy. Why didn't I get a better deal than that guy?
On the flip side, though, like if I'm the agent, especially in this case, like Tank is the premier D-end in the league that's been franchise tagged, right? I know Frank Clark played well, but Tank is that guy. So like I would assume that it's implied that he's going to be the trendsetter and that everyone is waiting for him to sign. That's just kind of the way the nature of this thing works.
But who was the trendsetter? Machado or Harper?
It was Machado.
But who was the guy that should have gotten the most money?
You would have thought it was Harper.
And he waited till last. He was the last one to sign because he was like, I'm not going to get outsigned by somebody else. I'm going to try to get a better deal. I'm going to wait it out, and I'm going to be the last guy to get the options that I want based on whatever. So that's why you think about Tank, that he's the trendsetter, but that's not the way that a lot of agents negotiate sometimes.
It's really weird though, because I feel like when you talk about, especially in the NFL realm, and maybe it is very different than the MLB, you're always waiting for the guy to set the market. And with the MLB, like Machado set the market for it to be broken again, but we all talked about Earl Thomas was going to set the market, and it went further and further and further on. And finally, these guys just decided, well, we can either sit here and take these deals that we're being offered or wait for him to sign.
Yeah.
And it kind of flipped that way. So,
well, and also think back to whenever Dez signed his deal. Remember how that thing went down? That was a long wait for Dez to sign his deal. It was down. Was it down to the deadline, Kevin? He drove in and they waited and waited and waited, and then after he signed his deal, wasn't it quickly Demaryius Thomas signed his and was just a little bit more?
But that's the thing. Like, I think that is a perfect example of why this is the wrong course of action. Well, that was a catastrophic signing across the board. First of all, it was a terrible deal the way the production played out. You didn't get anything of value really out of Dez once he signed that contract. Now, that's for a variety of reasons that we've covered over the years. But then the other issue is you couldn't use a franchise tag on DeMarco Murray to keep him and make another go at it in 15 because you had to use the franchise tag for Dez Bryant. And I'm not saying that there's somebody else that they would be clamoring to franchise right now if you're the Cowboys. But once again, I think you take an option off the board by delaying. You know, if you could have worked this out already, and I understand the reasons why it hasn't happened, but if you could have worked it out already, you'd have another asset at your availability if you needed to use it. You would know exactly how much money you have for free agency. And somebody brought up if you backloaded the deal, then they'd eventually be in salary cap hell. I'm not talking about backloading it the way they used to. I'm saying backloading it by going from 20 and a half to 12. I'm not saying backload it so it's $4 million and you eventually eat $30 million at the end of the deal. The days of doing that are, I mean, it's not necessary right now unless you were trying to make some crazy splash. But the Cowboys, And, I have to be careful about this sometimes because the Cowboys do have the money to go get most anybody they want, but you have to be cautious because when you see some of these players who sign, you're like, oh, dang, we could have got them. Like, that's what you think now.
Right.
But in 2 years, you're like, oh, my God, thank the Lord we didn't do that deal.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how they've drafted, the type of talent that they have so far, and the fact that they're like, we're not giving somebody else y'all's money. You're a guy that we drafted. We thought we invested in you. We want to continue to invest in you. We're not giving somebody on the outside your money and your opportunities. You keep coming in here. You keep working. You keep being motivated to work, and we don't have to motivate you. You keep coming and doing this yourself, and we will eventually make sure that you are happy.
We're the K&C Masterpiece right here on 105.3 The Fan. Coming up next, let's talk some college basketball and brackets. We actually want to hear who your Final Four are. 877-881-1053. Plus, maybe some gambling tips. Next, live from Surprise, Arizona, right here on 105.3 The Fan.
Never miss a second of The Fan. Tolo all day and all night. Thanks to radio.com.
Radio.com. Don't live with pain? Try chiropractic. The Joint Chiropractic. Affordable pricing? Walk-ins welcome. No insurance needed. Visit the doctors at one of our 26 Dallas clinics or visit thejoint.com. The Joint Chiropractic. Relief. Recovery. Wellness.
Looks nice in here, honey. I was going to sweep, but you seem to have.
It handled.
Oh, wow. Mopping, too. It's like you're back on the ship deck, Sean.
Just like the ship deck, Sharon. You know me. Got to do it right.
Well, hey, no complaints here. It's pretty close to sparkling.
Pretty close won't cut it, Sharon.
Like you, USAA always goes above and never cuts corners because our members deserve nothing but the best. Like with a customized mobile app that offers award-winning service 24/7, so our knowledgeable team can quickly help you handle any urgent needs the right way. Because for us, good enough is not good enough. Get a quote to bundle and save on USAA home and auto insurance.
Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Product membership eligibility and bundling savings restrictions apply and are subject to change. United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
What's going on, fans and Tolos? It is Troy Houston. Of course, I want to talk to you about Platinum Ford in Terrell. It's a short drive east of the Metroplex in Terrell off of Highway 80. They've been doing remarkable things, and now they're going to do more remarkable things in 2019. Isn't that right, General Manager Adam Vinci?
Without question, Troy, here at Platinum Ford, we want to do anything and everything we can for the fans and Tolos. And don't forget about our website, PlatinumFord.com. Come see us and drive a little further to save a lot more at Platinum Ford.
Rick Bowden here with UA Local 100 Dallas. Are you a plumbing or mechanical contractor frustrated with finding qualified craftsmen? Are temp agencies just not delivering what they say they can? Call us here at UA Local 100. We have the qualified people that you need no matter what piping industry you operate in. Forget what you have heard about labor unions and come see for yourself what we're really all about. Call us now at 214-909-9185 or at ualocaldfw.com.
Gavin Dawson with a message from our friends at D&M Leasing. With car prices on the rise, getting a new car can be overwhelming. D&M Leasing already saves their clients up to 50% per month with the Easy Lease. Now they can help you save even more when you lease a pre-owned car from D&M Leasing. No down payment and 0 payments for 60 days. Call D&M Leasing today at any local area code in 35 Lease. That's 35LEASE, or visit dmautoleasing.com to see their inventory. If you're financing your car for more than 48 months, you're doing it wrong.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
And now, a quick comparison from Grasshopper. When a client calls, what do you want them to hear? Your personal voicemail?
Hey, you've reached Greg's cell phone. I'm away right now, obviously. Leave a message and maybe I'll get back to you.
Or something a little more buttoned up, courtesy of Grasshopper.
Thanks for calling Green Landscaping. To make an appointment, dial 1. For billing, dial 2. To speak with Greg Smith, dial
There's
3.
no contest. Put your best voice forward with Grasshopper, the virtual phone system for small business. Try it free at grasshopper.com.
Join the Dallas Observer on March 23rd from 4 to 7 at Dallas Farmers Market for the second annual Between the Buns, a Dallas Observer slider event. Check out some of the best sliders Dallas has to offer, along with music, beer, and cocktails. Use promo code THEFAN for discounted general admission tickets and get more information at 1053thefan.com.
Dad, thanks for taking me bowling. This is fun.
I just wanted to talk to you about protecting yourself.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, maybe you're posting dance vids at a party.
Dance vids?
Yeah, the dance vids. And people around you are using cable internet. You can always call me or your mom, and we'll come get you. No questions asked.
Dad, I know to use internet with AT&T Fiber.
You know, it's just the people with cable internet, they could have the upload speeds of internet with AT&T Fiber, and they choose not to. They're not thinking, son.
Dad, I'll be okay.
Hey, good talk, right? All right, you're up, big guy.
Don't get mixed up with cable internet. Get AT&T Fiber with faster upload speeds. Switch to AT&T Fiber and DirecTV and save when you bundle for $75 per month for 1 year after discounts with 24-month TV and 12-month internet agreements. Limited availability may not be in your area. Check eligibility at att.com/fiber300. Ends 4/13/19. New residential customers in select markets only. Price for internet 300 and select TV package. Requires combined billing, auto pay, and paperless bill. Price is higher in second year. Pay $80 per month until discount starts within 3 bills. Equipment lease activation, early termination, equipment not returned, taxes, other charges and restrictions apply. Compares upload speeds for internet 300 of up to 300 megabits per second to up to 35 for Comcast, Cox, and Spectrum. Speeds vary, not guaranteed.
This segment of the KNC Masterpiece is brought to you by 1-800-Lawyers. If you've been hurt in an accident and it's not your fault, call the office of Frankel & Frankel at 1-800-Lawyers. That's 1-800-Lawyers, or you can visit them online at frankelfirm.com. Principal office, Dallas, Texas.
Back here on the KNC Masterpiece on 105.3 The Fan. A little breaking news from Surprise. Yohander Mendez is going to miss the first half of 2019.
And by the way, I was there for the interview with Yohander Mendez, and he said in the game when he felt the tightness, it was on the last pitch. And he said he didn't want to keep going as soon as he felt the tightness in his elbow, because that's just asking for trouble. And then he said that it still felt tight today, but it wasn't swollen, which gave you the opportunity for the optimism. But he had also done the MRI, and when we were in the clubhouse, they hadn't got those results back. And now, even though he said it's not swollen, it still felt tight, and that's how you get what you get.
Yeah, and there are a number of guys in this clubhouse that have dealt with that and understand that. Maybe there's some good discussion they can have. That breaking news powered by Radio.com Sports and brought to you by the 2019 Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Now,
we learned that in the clubhouse.
Yeah, we did, and that's what's cool about us being around the clubhouse and what's going on. We're going to be able to have a lot of conversations with guys and learn a lot while we are here this week. And a lot of the guys, like I said, Kevin, already seem to have kind of opened up and said, I kind of like this show. These guys are good guys.
Even John Blake, because he goes, oh, see, they got you guys wrapping it up again. And I felt like he was advocating for us to move forward in the schedule.
Yes, he does. All right, so real quick, Kevin, you're working on your bracket right now, trying to figure out the South Conference.
Yeah, if you have a suggestion for who to take in the South, what a garbage bracket that is. I'm glad to hear it. But 877-881-1053. Who are your Final Four? Because I know you tell people and nobody really cares, but we care.
We'll get to, and we're going to get to all of Kevin's little nuggets from not his baseball nuggets, but his NCAA bracket nuggets in just a second. Here's something though that I thought was pretty interesting, especially to you, a Duke fan, Kevin.
Yes.
Tom Izzo sat down with Jeff Goodman on Stadium's NCAA tournament show. And he said he was kind of disappointed that they drew Duke's bracket.
I'm sure.
He said, I think our league deserved better than that for its champion. And I think our league, which played 20 games, that's more than any other league. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. Although he was clearly complaining about it by not complaining about it. But he was a little disheartened that he said also he doesn't want to have to play the Thursday game. He'd rather play the Sunday game. He said, I would have rather played the Celtics so that we could play on the Sunday game if we could do that.
Well, and some people gave Jay Billis flack yesterday because he said the hay was in the barn before the conference tournaments even got going. And people are like, oh, what is that supposed to mean? And you look at it, is Auburn, their seed probably didn't really change from where you would have guessed it would have been, despite the fact that they won their conference tournament.
Yeah, that's right.
Michigan State, they were already locked in at a number 2, and then they won their conference tournament, and nothing really changed because of it. And so there were a lot of things outside of Duke that stayed static, even though those teams either won their conference tournament or made a really deep run in their conference tournament, which is somewhat perplexing. And when it comes to Tom Izzo, you know why he wants to avoid Duke, right?
Because he loses to Duke?
Almost every time. You know what his record is against Coach K?
I'm going to say it's 2-13.
Ooh, pretty close. 1-11. So he's 1-11 against Coach K.
Oh, wow. I was pretty close.
So, yeah, no, absolutely. Hey, speaking of the tournament, just real quick, did you see the massive problem for ESPN in the women's tournament today?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
oh, yes, I did see this.
They were going to do this big broadcast special at 6 o'clock, and then this afternoon at like 2 o'clock during a rerun of the men's bracketology, they just started releasing the women's, all of the matchups on the bottom of the screen until somebody was like, hey, the hell are you doing? But by that point, it was too late. Most shocking thing of all, though, UConn, number 2 seed.
Really?
For the first time since 2006, they are not a number 1 seed.
How does that happen? Like, who missed the memo? Hey, we're doing the big broadcast special tonight. Don't leak this out anywhere. How does that become? I'm going to, just pipe this onto the bottom line so everybody can see it.
And they didn't give an answer. They just gave the stock. We deeply regret the blah, 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 blah.
We'll be firing our interns shortly.
Yeah, and all of that from the 817. Kentucky, Virginia, Michigan State, and Gonzaga. Okay. Well, if you don't have Duke in the Final Four, I'm instantly discounting your Final Four to a certain degree. I don't believe in Virginia, the team that had the historic loss last year. And make no mistake, man, they didn't just lose. They got crushed.
Okay.
And so you look at the South, Virginia, I don't know. They're good. Tennessee, they just got effing smoked by Auburn. And am I really going to put my faith in a Rick Barnes-led March team? I don't know about that. Purdue, they're like, 3-2 down the stretch. Kansas State, Wisconsin, those are your top 5 seeds. I don't have overwhelming faith in any of those teams.
Okay. Is there a team that you do, other than Duke, is there a team that you do have overwhelming faith in?
I'm telling you, man.
In the entire group.
I wish either one of these teams would be in that bracket. In the Midwest, North Carolina and Kentucky, if I was seeding it, I would put them 2 and 3 in the tournament.
Okay.
I think North Carolina and Kentucky are the 2nd and 3rd best teams in the tournament.
All right, Kevin. So if I'm going to go with round 1, let's go each matchup one by one and select the best team.
Let's not.
Okay. All right.
Then that.
Can we dip into Kevin's nuggets?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Bucket of nuggets.
So I wanted to throw a couple of. Oh my God. I wanted to throw a couple of the betting things out there that Vegas could really have to pay for if this came to pass. So I know you might not believe in Cincinnati, and I totally get that, but the Bearcats, they're a number 7 seed. All right. Are you ready for, you know what? In Cincinnati, Cincinnati's in the South. Maybe I take Cincinnati to go on a run since I need a team in the South.
RJ really likes Cincinnati. Okay. We know he's a degenerate when it comes to gambling.
Well, check this out. Back on December 21st, somebody made a $2,000 bet on Cincinnati to win it all at 200 to 1.
Wow.
If that pays out, $400,000 off of that. And then there's a guy who just made a bet of $15,000 on Gonzaga as 6 to 1. And if he takes that down, he would win $90,000.
Okay.
So like the bookies aren't really worried about Duke winning it all because their odds are so low. They're the lowest odds to win the national championship for any team since I think Kentucky in 2012. And that was a team that had like Anthony Davis and like 5 or 6 other guys that eventually became competent pros.
They were pushing for perfection that year, weren't they?
Or
was that the year before?
There a couple years ago, back in 2015, is when they were perfect and lost to Wisconsin in the Final Four. I don't think that team was perfect, but they had a ton of big time players on that team.
Hey, Kevin, I have a little question. I know you have a lot more nuggets in your bucket, but do you have any advice for picking teams? And I'm going to real quickly, because you know who Nick Nepic is.
Yes, Nick, of course.
You used to do a podcast with him. It was called Dunk in the Trunk.
That's what I wanted to call it. I got vetoed.
He tweeted out his advice. He said, a lot of people ask me for help with brackets. Here's my advice. Number 1, pick offense over defense. Number 2, always go with shooting. Number 3, pick at least one 12-5 upset. Number 4, don't put all 4 number 1 seeds in the Final Four. And number 5, I don't know anything. Don't listen to me. Do you have any advice?
And I will say this. I think Nick is immensely educated about college basketball, but he knows I'm still irritated at him from last year when we had the bracket called the everybody knows Villanova's going to win it bracket, and he picked somebody different. And of course he was wrong because Villanova won. One thing that I'll add on to that, pick a double-digit seed to make the Sweet 16. So that's an under the radar thing that people miss. Almost every single year, at least one double-digit seed makes it to the Sweet 16. And so I know people are savvy to the 5-12, but you know that started to expand out, right? Now the danger spot, it's almost an accepted thing that the 5-12 will feature one upset. Take a look at those 4-13 games. And man, this is one of the matchups that I freaking hate. Is I'd already told some people you need to watch out for Vermont because Vermont is going to make some ruckus in here. Vermont is matching up against Florida State in the opening round. I think Florida State can make the Final Four.
I heard you giggling about that one early this morning.
That game's going to be incredible. And then the other game that you just really need to check out in terms of like if you just enjoy unbelievable guard play is you need to see Murray State against Marquette. I think everybody knows about Ja Morant already, but holy lordy, Marquette, they got somebody that you need to see as well. So I think that game's going to be really fun. But I do agree with a lot of that, but pick a double-digit seed to make the Sweet 16. Here's the other thing. Everybody do me a favor, because we can stop this in our lifetime. We can make it stop. Your bracket is not busted if a team that you pick to win in the first round and lose in the second round loses. That's not how that works. I get so irritated every time somebody has a team that lost. They're like, oh, my bracket's busted.
Yeah.
Not really. If it's a team that you have in the Elite Eight or Final Four that loses in the first round, fair enough. You're in a lot of trouble. But if it's a team that you thought was going to lose in the second round and they lose in the first round instead, you're fine.
Yeah, no, but I think a lot of people think their bracket's busted because it's not perfect. And,
okay,
I mean,
you're never going to go perfect. That's why Warren Buffett said, I'll give you $1 billion if you get it.
It's hard. I've been close
Have you?
so many times.
Mark that?
To getting to a perfect one.
Okay.
Come on. You haven't been close?
From the 817, Duke won't make the Final Four. Have you seen the percentage about teams with low 3-point percentage? The other thing I will tell you is if you've seen teams that are top 10 offensive and defensive efficiency, of which Duke is both, they make it to the Final Four a remarkable amount of time. Although this is fair. I will agree with this. From the 817, Duke is the classic team that loses and busts 90% of the brackets. Because if and when Duke does lose, that's when you're going to hear people be like, brackets busted, because they're the overwhelming favorite. Final Four from the 806, Duke, Texas Tech, Tennessee, and North Carolina. Another one, Tennessee, Duke, Texas Tech, and Kentucky. That Kentucky-North Carolina game, because that's who I have in the Elite Eight. Like I said, I think those are the next best two teams in the tournament. That's amazingly hard to call. Texas Tech, though, that's fascinating because Texas Tech is having a bellwether season for them. They got a share of the Big 12 championship. They're the number 3 seed in a bracket in which I think is ripe for a team to go through that you don't expect, because Gonzaga is number 1. And as much as I love Hachimura, I don't know about them making it through. And Michigan is number 2. I would not bet on them making it to the Final
And
Four.
don't forget, Tech got their wake-up call when they played West Virginia in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. An awful team. We're looking past them and got stomped. No chance that happens again.
With the the success of Villanova over the last few years now, and the rise of Jalen Brunson,
sure,
will we start to see more interest in some of their players that are there for a long time? Because these guys seem to stick around Villanova because that's one of the things the coach kind of drives towards is, hey, I'd like to graduate y'all if possible. And so I'm wondering if you're going to start seeing more noise be made about these guys. Like I was looking at a guy named, was it Pascal? And he's
from Tech?
From Villanova.
Oh, yeah. Not the kid from Tech.
And these guys these guys are kind of, he's kind of a big guy. And I'm like, oh, he's a senior. He's a redshirt senior. This is crazy. So I'm starting to wonder if they're going to get a little more look when it comes to draft time. rather than some of the other guys.
I mean, I could see that, but like, that's why I mentioned Hachimura, the kid from Gonzaga. He's a junior, but that's probably the oldest kid that you'll see get taken in the lottery. But that's why that's somebody to keep an eye out on. I wanted to throw out this other really bizarre, I guess, gambling note is Oregon was a really trendy team, I guess, earlier in the year, and then they fell apart. So to start the season, they were 20-1, and then they completely fell apart before they built themselves back up. Their odds to win the NCAA tournament got as bad as 1,500 to 1.
Wow.
Somebody bet $10 on them, which would net you 15,000. And by somebody, I mean 7 tickets for that have been written by William Hill. So they have 7 bets lingering in the world for $10 a piece that would cost them $15,000, which means a $70 wager would be turned into $105,000.
Oh my gosh.
If Oregon were to take down the NCAA tournament.
That's all I want to happen right now.
Is it?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I would say they're in the 12-5 matchup, and that point spread has already been all across the board. Wisconsin was favored by 3, then Oregon by 1, and now Wisconsin's favored by 1. So look for Oregon to get through there, and then they would play probably Kansas State. So who the hell knows?
Great stuff, Kevin. All right, coming up next, we're going to find out if Kevin thinks he's better than a former president of the country.
One of the gay ones?
We'll have to see next.
Coming up in the next G-Bag Nation, we talk about Dirk Nowitzki's run at history right out of the gates, where we give you the top sports stories of the day every day, 10 a.m. Nation runs till 3 o'clock. You're on the Fan.
HendrickDFW.com is your Dallas area used car connection. Shop hundreds of pre-owned vehicles online, all makes and models, plus over 100 certified pre-owned Hondas and Volkswagens. Browse local inventory at their 2 convenient locations, Hendrick Volkswagen in Frisco or Honda Cars of McKinney.
Straight from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, The Temptations, the soulful sound that started it all. A night of harmony with the legends of Motown. The Mighty Temptation, October 20th at WinStar World Casino and Resorts. The legends are coming, the memories are waiting. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss The Temptations live.
Hey, Bennett Skin here. We wanted to take a second to congratulate our friends over. Here's one giant spotlight. Congrats on your well-deserved recognition, Jared. Keep doing your thing. Balcones Distilling, distilled to appreciate.
What's up, fans and Tolos? It is Troy Hughes. Let's talk about Platinum Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep. You know I love talking about them, and you especially know I love showing you Platinum. And that's why I have one of my good friends and the general manager of Platinum Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep, Andrew Beck, to tell you more about it.
Of course, fans and Tolos hear these commercials. They see our posts on social media, and now we want to invite everybody to Terrell. Check us out at PlatinumCDRJTexas.com and drive a little further to save a lot more at Platinum Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep.
Son, it's time to learn how to do the lawn. Walk with me.
Got it.
Never diagonal rows. This isn't a baseball field, vertical rows, son, up and down. So you hit every blade of grass. You know, it's just like they taught us in the Corps. If you're going to do a job, do it right.
Dad, you pretty much just did the whole lawn.
Pretty much won't cut it, bud. No lawn is finished until the edges are trimmed. It's like the edge of a ruler. Look at that line, son.
Like you, USAA always goes above and never cuts corners, because our members deserve nothing but the best. Like with a customized mobile app that offers unparalleled service 24/7, so our knowledgeable team can quickly help you handle any urgent needs the right way. Because for us, good enough is not good enough. Get a quote to bundle and save on USAA home and auto insurance.
Look at it. Son, you're looking at your phone. Look at the line.
Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Product membership eligibility and bundling savings restrictions apply and are subject to change. United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
At Macy's, we are committed to our communities and the causes we all care about. That's why Macy's colleagues have volunteered more than 132,000 hours of service to countless local causes across the country. Because we're committed to sharing joy and being there in times of need. With generous help from customers like you, we raised more than $49 million for charity last year alone through programs like the Big Give Back. Find out more and join us in helping your community year-round at Macys.com/Macy's Gives.
The G-Bag Nation will be live at Twin Peaks Addison this Thursday. Come out and enjoy eats, drinks, and scenic views while we get you ready for some college hoops. For more info, visit 1053thefan.com.
RJ Choppy here. It is spring cleaning time, boys and girls, and for that, Zero Res has a very special offer for you. The carpet is the biggest air filter in your home. With the allergies, it's going to get worse and worse and worse if you haven't gotten your carpet professionally cleaned in at least the last year. Zero Res has the RJ Choppy Fan Special. 3 rooms, pre-treated, clean and sanitized, $89. Plus 100 square feet of tile clean absolutely free. This is a tremendously low offer. Got to take advantage of this. Got to take advantage of a locally owned and operated company based right here in Dallas-Fort Worth. You want to support that local DFW-based business, and you could do so by also supporting the RJ Choppy Fan Special at 214-37-CLEAN. 214-37-CLEAN. 214-372-5326. or ZeroResDallas.com. Get your spring cleaning done right now with Zero Res. Spell it backwards or forwards. It spells the same as Zero Res.
It started in the fall, and night after night, our guys are watching college tape to bring you unmatched coverage of the upcoming 2019 NFL Draft. One station doing the homework that you deserve, and that's The Fan.
This segment of the K&C Masterpiece is brought to you by the new Mitsubishi. Just $250 down delivers a new Mitsubishi at the new Mesquite Mitsubishi. Over 250 vehicles are available. 635 in Oats. You can visit them at mymitsu.com.
And now it's time for this.
You're Daryl Strawberry.
Yes.
You play right field.
Yes.
I play right field too.
So?
Well, are you better than me?
Well, I never met you, but yes. Hi, this is Daryl Strawberry. And yes, Kevin, I'm better than you.
Man, Corey, we were workshopping this tournament stuff a little bit more. That might be one additional tip if I can give you. Take a close look at those play-in games. I'll double check, but I'm almost positive since they started doing play-in games, at least one play-in team has won another game.
Ooh.
So if you're looking for that double-digit seed to make that run to the Sweet 16, take a look at those 11 matchups.
All right. Kevin, I love being out here in Surprise because there's so many faces, so much going on, and so much to do, so much work to do. That's one of the things. I love the work that we get to do, but I also love the silly segments sometimes. And this is one of my favorites, 877-881-1053. If you think you're better than Kevin, text in right now and say, I'm better than that guy, even though he's in Surprise, living the dream, being a radio host and
just hanging out, watching baseball. Oral Hershiser is right next to me. I went on a hike today with Eric Nadel.
Yeah.
Like, my life's pretty cool right now.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And the Rangers, are getting ready to play some baseball here, and we get to go down in the clubhouse and interview the players and talk to JD and stuff. Like, it's kind of crazy.
We made friends today.
And we did make some friends today, and
because all of our other friends left.
Man, just wait until the interview with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I'm looking forward to talking to that dude right there, and I'll tell you why later in the week.
Well.
All right, but this is a segment where we ask Kevin if he thinks he's better than everybody born today, and we start things off with a man who turns 40 years old. It's Adam Levine. He's 40 and has better abs than you.
Especially right now, that's for sure. I don't get his music. It just is the definition of mediocrity to me. Like, they're Nickelback. They're the next coming of Nickelback to me.
Was it weird that at the Super Bowl, like, the way that their show flowed, the only, like, break from song to song, instead of it being like a story like most people would do, it was just him taking off another article of clothing? that was the designator.
I mean, I didn't watch it because I was watching Halftime Heat, right? So, yeah, I get it, and I'll tell you what, I don't want to take away from anyone who enjoys him. It's just he's not for me. So pass. Better.
Oh, you're just Oh, okay.
I'm not going to pass. You know I'm too opinionated for that.
Their first song that I ever heard, This Love Song, sounded just like Jamiroquai's song, and it just kind of
I could see that.
It threw me for a loop.
Man, when's the last time you thought about Jamiroquai? It's been a minute, right?
Y'all over there just hanging out with Oral Hershiser like their best friends.
Hey, tell him to put the good word in for us.
Yeah.
He's like, I went hiking with those guys today. All right.
Lily Collins turns 29 today. I think she is gorgeous.
Is she a singer?
She is. No, her dad is a singer.
Is her dad Phil Collins?
Her dad is Phil Collins.
Really?
She has been in a number of movies. She's a little actress. She was in The Blind Side, I think, was the first movie that she was in.
Do you remember? Oh, you know what? That just led to a sing-along. I guess there's not really
It's not even her
It's not
song.
her, but does it matter? Hey, but that's not the point. It
Good
says
point.
it doesn't lead to a sing-along of one of your songs. Doesn't lead to a sing-along. Congratulations, Lily Collins. Maybe through your own merits, maybe not. But you are better than me.
Nepotism.
Hey, I mean, let's be honest, Reggie. That's how the world works, right?
Oh, Reggie doesn't want to answer your question.
Because he
Kevin.
knows I'm
He's
right.
out. All right, turning 48 today.
You ever,
Queen.
you ever get mad at your parents for not being more famous?
So
they could have just made your life easy?
No, I mean, like, yeah.
It's like pay $500,000 to send you to college and do all that
Yeah, I
kind of
can't
stuff.
believe I didn't have the opportunity to talk about what Aunt Becky did.
Turning 48 today, Queen Latifah.
She makes terrible movies, though, right?
Why do you say that?
Because like they just look like the most generic, like Last Holiday, and there's some other movie I saw her in, and it just feels like she takes a lot of paycheck movies.
She's in Hairspray.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You love musicals.
I do love musicals. I didn't see that. But I do like her otherwise.
What was the movie she did with Steve Martin? Was it House Guest or something like that?
I thought that was Goldie Hawn or Sinbad.
Sinbad.
Yeah.
I feel like she did a movie that I'm trying to.
Was
think
she in
of.
Higher Learning?
I don't see her on the higher learning list here.
Okay, because she was in a movie I really liked in the early
Valentine's
90s.
Day,
like early 90s that I really liked. You know what?
House Party 2, Jungle Fever, Juice.
Ooh,
Jeez, dude.
I do like Juice.
I mean, so maybe she did her stuff early.
Okay,
Set It Off.
She could be
Set It
better
Off
than
is
me.
great.
But
Yeah.
if she could start picking maybe better, I'm not saying they got to be Set It Off worthy,
The
but
Bone Collector.
if she could start being in better projects, I think that'd be great.
Was she?
Guys, I think
Was she?
Bringing Down the House. That was the name of the
I've
movie.
seen Moulin Rouge many times. I feel like no.
Well, you need to maybe. She was in Taxi. Oh my god,
That movie
you
sucks.
shut your mouth. Do we have some, Kevin? We have some breaking news powered by radio.com sports and brought to you by the 2019 Mercedes-Benz A-Class.
Did we sign Eric Berry?
Dirk Nowitzki
What just happened? Did he pass Wilt?
has passed Wilt Chamberlain with 31,419 points and counting NBA all-time scoring list, and now is number 6 overall. So congratulations to Dirk Nowitzki, man.
Okay,
Sorry, I butchered your name.
I'm gonna put the numbers together, but I have potentially even more amazing Dirk news if you'll just go with me for a second. If he continued at the pace that he's been playing the last several weeks, and if he came back for another year, I was crunching the numbers and he could pass Jordan.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to be the greatest of all time.
I mean, what do you mean is gonna be?
Well,
I mean, LeBron's passed him though, so like he's got to catch up.
Not
to
in
LeBron,
points.
right?
Not he has.
Has he?
Yeah.
But not in my heart.
Oh.
Dang it.
Okay.
I mean, LeBron's already better, you know.
But
So
not in my heart.
you can't pass LeBron,
I mean, in my heart.
and LeBron's playing like the next 15 years because it's
Okay,
gonna take him that long
well,
to get his next title.
How did this turn from us celebrating Dirk into us being sad?
No, not us being sad. Corey trying to make us sad.
I'm sad.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like somebody in the Rangers clubhouse already made us sad today by referencing the 2011 World Series. Stay tuned for that interview because that happened.
Yeah,
And Corey did it too.
We talked about Game 6 with him.
God!
Hey guys, turning 55 today. Vanessa Williams
Oh man, she had to give up being Miss America, right? Because of the nudie pics.
Did she?
I'm pretty sure about that.
It doesn't matter, man. She is so beautiful.
How old is she?
55.
56,
For 56,
55?
yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah, no, she could be better than me.
I loved her. And what was the name of that show that she used to do?
Ugly Betty or Desperate
Ugly Betty.
Housewives?
Ugly
Which
Betty.
one?
I just thought
she was on
she was a
Desperate
bee,
Housewives.
and I kind of liked it. You know, it was one of those. Whoa, hey, I like the bee. And her, the way she did it, man, it was great. She did it great. Laura Pergolizzi turns 37 today. Hit the music, Reggie. Found this chick, like a video popped up on Facebook one day, and I was like, "Who is she?" She has a unique voice, and so I started listening to her a little bit, and I kind of like what she does, man. She's written songs for like Lady Gaga. She's written like award-winning songs for a lot of different artists that have gone on to win awards. And she's a songwriter, but she's just she's a singer, man. Not the most, not the most successful yet, but she's on her way to it. Her name's LP. We're gonna listen to a lot of her.
She's 38.
So
I hope her other songs are better because I heard when you played this earlier. I'm sorry, I don't care.
All right, okay. I was just trying to get new music out there, Kevin.
But I don't feel like this gal's gonna help with my street cred.
No, she's not.
No,
So
better. Absolutely not. Dane Cook turns 46 today.
he's the worst. He's not funny, and apparently he's a joke stealer, I guess. But I realized, man, this needs to be a segment. Have you ever realized you were dating the wrong person because of a pop culture opinion they held?
Oh.
Because I was dating this girl, and we went back to her house, and she lived with her sister, and they were like, yeah, Dane Cook just started. And she's like, oh, we got to watch. And I was like, oh,
what?
No. I wish I wasn't here anymore because this is gonna suck. And it absolutely did.
Yeah.
He makes lots of big hand motions and stuff. It's like he's Beto. And just not
politics.
He's on
or President Trump.
He's on the TV series American Gods.
Is he really?
And Kevin, you may love.
Is he great on that show?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no. It
Hold
was
on.
so crushing.
I love this show, American Gods. I really do. I enjoy it a lot. It's not that he's great. He does something really bad, but then karma catches up to him.
Oh.
And it might be the best karma ever. So you'll have to check it out just so that you can understand this part of it.
He also got to do stuff with Jessica Alba and Good Luck Chuck.
Yeah, he did. Lucky.
Yeah.
She looked good in that movie.
Yeah. Except for when she took her pants off, and I was like, is that really the underwear you're wearing? I don't think so.
Brian.
That was the point, though.
Brian Scalabrine turns 40 today.
Man, remember when he put out the decision talking about his retirement? Yeah, no, I'll have to say better.
And I promised you presidents, Kevin.
Oh, let's get up the president.
Grover Cleveland died in 1908. This would have been his birthday in 1837.
Well, what's one of my go-to questions in these scenarios? If he's so great, why is he dead?
I don't. That's not a good question.
How do you figure?
Because everybody dies.
But not everybody lives?
He was the 22nd and 24th president.
He is the only non-consecutive multi-term president in the history of America. Did you know that? Well, now you learned.
Is the city of Cleveland named after him?
I don't
know, but the Sesame Street character Grover is.
What about the character Cleveland from that seven? What's the name of the show that
The Cleveland Show?
No,
Or Family Guy?
Yeah,
Man, I feel like there was a lot of historic presidents around that time. We got our first gay presidents at 16 and 17. We got our first ever non-consecutive presidents at 22 and 24.
Factual.
So, yeah, I guess Grover Cleveland can be better than me.
All right, there
Are
you
you
go.
worried because Oral Hershiser might walk in any moment?
No, yeah,
Okay.
mostly that you're saying things about presidents that are
Man,
factually incorrect.
what if you found out he was like a huge Abraham Lincoln enthusiast and he goes, did you know that the log cabin Republicans are named because people thought he was gay? And I'd be like, I did know that, Mr. Hershiser. And he'd be like, wow.
This is crazy. We just bonded, and then you would have taken my best friend.
Sorry, I didn't mean to, but that's why you need to study up about Abe Lincoln.
Look at all the hot air balloons out there, Kevin.
I told you I want to go on a hot air balloon.
There's a bunch of them just flying up into the sky.
All right,
out here in Surprise, where all the mountains are tall and we climb them.
Yes, we absolutely climbed a mountain. Posted that picture of us on top of the mountain with my glorious white arms. And on the Facebook page, also posted the news about Dirk passing Wilt Chamberlain for number 6 all time on the scoring list on the Facebook page. Who else is on the list? Do I win?
Oh, yeah, that's it, man.
Heck
Good
yeah.
job today, Kevin.
I defeated everyone except for those people that I didn't. We're the KNC Masterpiece on 105.3 The Fan, live from Surprise. Coming up next, it's time for Gridiron Gravy, where, well, maybe the Giants GM doesn't know what this particular word means. Next on The Fan.
The only way you can take the fan with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
What's going on, fans and Tolos? It is Troy Houston. Of course, you know I want to talk to you about Platinum Ford in Terrell. It's a short drive east of the Metroplex in Terrell off of Highway 80. They've been doing remarkable things, and now they're going to do more remarkable things in 2019. Isn't that right, General Manager Adam Vinci?
Without question, Troy, here at Platinum Ford, we want to do anything and everything we can for the fans and Tolos. And don't forget about our website, platinumford.com. Come see us and drive a little further to save a lot more at Platinum Ford.
RJ Choppy here for everyone who loves $1 million like me. Join me in the Boomer Jacks $1 Million Bracket Challenge. Enter it now. Fill out your bracket right now. Boomerjacks.com/bracket. Submissions end 11 a.m. on March 21st. That's Thursday, right before the tip-off of the first game. And make sure Boomer Jacks is your official spot to watch all the tournament action. 13 DFW locations, all with great patios and wall-to-wall TVs and the best drink prices around. Boomerjacks.com/bracket.
You get the most for your lease with an Autoflex lease, yeah.
Who do companies of all sizes call to replace their vehicles and save money? Autoflex Leasing, of course. Small service companies with 2 vehicles and large companies with over 100 vehicles in their fleet lease from Autoflex Leasing. Call Autoflex today at 234-1234 and any local area code for the commercial flex lease and speak with a commercial leasing specialist. You can compare all available programs that fit your company's mileage and usage needs. Autoflex then locates your vehicles, handles any upfits you need, and then delivers them right to your office in record time. When you choose Autoflex for your company fleet, you'll get top rates that can save your company thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Again, the one easy number to call is 234-1234 or reach us online at autoflex.com. The commercial flex lease, available exclusively at Autoflex Leasing.
Autoflex lease, oh yeah.
Did you know that with Spectrum Mobile, you could save big on your wireless bill? Get our Buy the Gig plan for just $14 a gig and pay for only the data you use. Unlimited talk and text included. Go ahead, grab your wireless bill and compare. Use a lot of data? We've got you covered. Ask about our unlimited data plan. Spectrum Mobile, the best network, the best devices, the best value. Get Spectrum Mobile today at spectrummobile.com. Visit spectrummobile.com for offer restrictions and details.
Here's another Geico tip for homeowners and renters.
Honey, it's getting late and cold. It's the first night in our new apartment. I think the neighbors are wondering why you're playing the grand piano outside. Uh-oh, I recognize that look.
A good tip for when you move into that dream condo in the burbs. You might want to think about how you're going to get that beautiful baby grand up the staircase. And always remember Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance. Visit geico.com.
I sense a note of regret in there.
Gavin Dawson here for the Texans Can Academy. If your New Year's resolution is to help more people in need, Texans Can Academies can help you get that done right now. You can help change the lives of thousands of local kids with the donation of your vehicle. Cars, trucks, SUVs, running or not. It's the Texans Can Academies, carsforkids.org. 100% of the net proceeds go to the kids. You'll receive the highest possible tax deduction for your donations. 972-274-5437. Supporting Texans Can Academies in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Garland. Remember to write off the car, not the kid.
Wherever you go, however you go,
For energy on the go, it's got to be 5 Hour Energy. It works fast, it works long, it tastes good. And with 0 sugar and 4 calories, there's nothing holding you back. Fits in your pocket, fits in your backpack, fits your on-the-go life. Whether you're going to work, going on vacation, or just going out with friends. 5 Hour Energy. Energy on the go. For more information and to find a retailer near you, visit 5hourenergy.com.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
A radio.com sports station. Live from spring training in Surprise, Arizona. This is the KNC Masterpiece on your home of the Texas Rangers. 105.3, The Fan.
That is right. Home of the Texas Rangers right now, and they are getting ready. They are warming up here for the game that's going to be going down tonight. The Dodgers are pulling all their stuff off the field so that the Rangers can get all their stuff out onto the field so that they can warm up and be ready for Rangers-Dodgers action, which we'll get with Eric Nadel and Matt Hicks right after the show starting at 9 o'clock today. And, man, lots of breaking news going down
no kidding.
At the moment. So a couple of real quick things that I want to hit on the breaking news alert.
Don't worry, fan people that did tease us saying if Dirk passes Wilt, we don't want to jinx it. It happened.
The breaking news powered by radio.com sports and brought to you by the 2019 Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Kevin, first off, immediately here, Yohander Mendez going to miss most of the first half of 2019 season. And then the Dirk Nowitzki news, he has passed Wilt Chamberlain at number 6 on the all-time scoring list. And Kevin, I just brought that up just a second ago. What a career. I know we could say that every step along the way, but just look at how far this dude's career has come, what he's turned it into, and his commitment to work, and what this guy's. It's stunning to see what he's done with his whole career.
You know what my feeling always is when it comes to basketball and greatness? I'm always curious, are you one of the best 24 players of all time? And the reason why I say it like that is, how cool would it be to know that if they put together a basketball game of the greatest players who ever lived, that you would be on the roster?
Yeah.
And Dirk is definitely top 24.
Well, 13-man roster, so it'd be 26.
No,
sorry.
I'm not abiding by
Wasn't
that.
it only 13, though, because of the special editions?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's right. So we're not abiding by that.
Okay,
This is a
all right.
strict rules game. But think about it. You put together the all-time all-star game in the history of organized basketball. Dirk is in that game.
Yes, he is.
How crazy is that?
It's awesome. It's really awesome. And to know that he was ours. So that's even cooler. All right, so let's go around the entire NFL right now, though, and dip into some gridiron gravy.
And we start with the Cowboys making moves. We already discussed hosted Randall Cobb today. They're going to have Eric Berry tomorrow. But they also signed Kerry Hyder, a defensive lineman from Tech back in the day. He is originally from Austin, signed with the Jets, undrafted free agent, played for the Lions. Best season, 2016. He had 8 sacks. In 2017, he tore his Achilles in the preseason, missed the whole year. This is one of those low-risk, moderate-reward signings that comes at a position of need for the Cowboys. So I think it makes plenty of sense. If for whatever reason it failed spectacularly, I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
It's not going to cost you anything.
Yeah, I mean, and if it's successful,
Hardly anything,
if it's successful, like you look like a genius, right?
Absolutely.
And you need bodies, man. Yeah, listen, when it comes to camp and when it comes to what these guys got to do, you got to have bodies. And that's one of the things that I think it's important to add these guys to the mix. And again, what's the one guy, Kevin, that can get the most out of everybody?
Marinelli. Marinelli excels at getting the most out of the theoretical junk heap players.
Absolutely.
So no, I get that. Now, as soon as Jason Wynn announced that he was coming back to the Cowboys, who's the name that so many people immediately brought up that ESPN would go after from Monday Night Football?
Oh man, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. So to the surprise of, I don't know, nobody, they're going after Peyton Manning yet again, because word is that they're just they're ready to definitely make some changes. Maybe they end up. I know they're moving Booger, but they desperately want Peyton Manning, and I think getting Peyton Manning would be great for them. I don't know if it would like particularly boost ratings, but I definitely think credibility wise, a lot of people know Peyton Manning.
Why don't they go after Marty B so he could finally replace Jason Witten?
Whoa.
What a
great bit.
It's like us with Chris Arnold. Every time Chris Arnold
Absolutely.
vacates the place, we go replace him.
So if we ever move, if you wonder where it's going to be, we'll be in G-Bag's time slot because that's where he works.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. I don't know if Peyton wants the work. I mean, the dude's super rich already, right? And he can do whatever he wants. I don't know if he wants the work.
He sold off those Papa Johns. I think he needs something else to
It's
do.
going to be so much more for him. Now, I know he wants to stay connected to the game because he loves it a lot. But I don't know, man. It just seems like the work that he'd have to put in. And I don't know if he's prepared to do that in this part of his career.
Interesting. Are you
like Romo was, right? Because Romo still had to prove that he was worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Romo still, he
Nobody
was not a Hall of Famer.
questions Peyton's
Right.
worthiness.
Nobody, Romo has the job, and now people are like, oh, yes, this guy, look at the mind on Tony Romo. And I think Peyton Manning, when you look at him, you're just like, yes, that was Peyton Manning. He was almost unstoppable.
I want to play a game with you guys that involves another Manning brother. The game is, does the Giants GM know what the word crock means? All right. Here is the evidence that I present to you. Going back to 2012, who has the most turnovers in the league? It's Eli Manning. Who has the most quarterback losses? It's Eli Manning. And who has the biggest quarterback hit or the biggest cap hit of anybody? It is Eli Manning. So now let's get into the game. Does the Giants GM know what the word crock means? Because today he said, quote, the narrative that Eli is overpaid and can't play is a crock.
Oh, okay.
Once again, most turnovers, most losses for the most amount of money.
So I think they still think he's a good quarterback. And I don't necessarily disagree that he can be a good quarterback. I think that they were terrible at blocking, and I wanted to see what their offense was like with a better offensive line. Because, and you hear this a lot from Kavanaugh, what does he do immediately? He lays down. He's not taking any hits on his body anymore. He's not a mobile quarterback. So I think he understands the offense. I think he has a good arm. I think they're bad at blocking it. They've done a very good job at attempting to do that. And I also think that one of the ideas is if we go out there and say that we're getting rid of Eli Manning, then everybody knows we're after a quarterback in the draft.
Although they did kind of torpedo that strategy when they said, yeah, this is probably the year we get a young quarterback.
Yeah.
So they're not really trying to hide that. But the whole reason this came up is because Eli got his $5 million roster bonus. But this is an amazing quote as well. We're building. The objective of this year is to win as many games as possible. And then Gettleman talked about how they're already improving because in 2017, they won 3 games and last year they won 5. So he's like, see?
Details, Kevin.
We're clearly on the upswing.
Yeah, Gettleman, man, he's got a lot of problems right now, right?
But I will tell you this. You know who doesn't have problems at quarterback anymore? The Miami Dolphins. We talked about this on Saturday. Their quarterback chart consisted of 2 guys who had combined less passes thrown than the LA Rams punter.
Oh.
Those problems are over. They have signed a 2-year, $11 million deal with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Incentives could drive it up to 17 to 20 million. Guys, are you ready to believe in Miami?
No.
But did you not hear who they signed?
6 games. I give it 6 games of success. Just like always, Ryan Fitzpatrick, go look at his history.
Fitzmagic.
He has like every once in a while, he'll get on a team and he'll have 6 games of success, and then it all falls apart for him. And I don't know why. I have no clue why it just falls apart the way that it does.
I forget who it was that I heard say this, but with Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback, the Miami Dolphins are going to win a bunch of games they have no business winning and lose a bunch of games they have no business losing. And in the end of this thing, they're going to be the mediocre Miami Dolphins team that we all expected. They're going to stumble their way to it.
Which you almost said it, Tua. So that because they've said all along, like they're probably going to tank looking for 2020. Now, the Rams signed Blake Bortles as their backup. However, over the weekend, they lost officially Mark Barron. He signed a 2-year, $12 million deal with the Steelers. Now, Corey, Mark Barron is somebody who we had discussed over the weekend. Is that a deal you wish the Cowboys would have made at 2 for $12?
He played out of position as a linebacker last year. How are the Cowboys a defense that can do a Polamalu type guy? And is he that elite and instinctual of a player at safety? No. I'm like 2 for 12. Like that's cheap, dude. It's really cheap. But I just don't know if he would fit because of what they're trying to do. I see a couple of guys that they're looking at right now, and I think that I'm pretty excited about the options we have. I like Clifton Gathers. I also like Eric Berry, if Eric Berry could be on the field. But I mean, I think anything, he just may have been out of position. He may have been the Jared Sullinger of football.
All right, be careful because I know where that goes next. Guys, let's talk about the Redskins, where this probably isn't a good thing, right? They signed Landon Collins, 6 years, $84 million. So word going around is that Jay Gruden found out about this when he read about it in the media.
Oh, really?
That's probably not what you want, right?
Man, this happens a lot. All right.
That's concerning, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially for somebody with his lack of job security
or knowledge. But think about one of Ben's great stories.
Brady gonna set it off.
No, that's a great story. But the time that he broke the news to Ian Kinsler that he'd been traded,
right?
It's sometimes you just don't know what's going on, and then you find out that way. And Jay Gruden has the kind of face that looks like he's often surprised.
Is he the coach in 2020?
He's made it this far. I have no clue how he's still there. They are such a subpar team.
Is he the new Marvin Lewis?
And yes. It's even weirder than Marvin Lewis, though, man. It's just weird. And I understand Snyder's trying to do what Jerry's done, right? I'm trying to commit, show that I'm committing, and not going, just, whatever way the wind blows to fire a coach and replace, because he did that so often.
Right.
But this is not the right guy to do that with. I don't think so.
I mean, every year, like 6 games into the season, they're leading the division. So I guess that's the hope he's holding on to. That maybe one of these days they'll be able to extend it out to 16.
The only thing that's going to change this year is they will extend it out to 16 because they made a blockbuster free agent move today. 1 year, $4 million for Eric Flowers.
Oh, man.
How he's not playing for the vet minimum, I'll never understand.
Wait, so you're telling me that he's not paying them $4 million?
No, believe it or not, Eric Flowers will collect $4 million as opposed to paying the Redskins $4 million for the right to stay in the NFL.
Oh, God, Case Keenum's going to die.
You know what concerns me about this, Kevin?
Nothing. Let the good times roll.
You're right. But here's the thing. There was a time when I was interested in Eric Flowers being a Cowboy. And then I watched him play. And I was like, never mind. What was I thinking? And then all of a sudden, there he is signing for teams. And now he's with the Redskins. I love the fact that nobody in our division has a clue how to sign people. Nobody in our division knows what's going on. The Landon Collins, I like it. That's really good. But, your team's not any good. It's crazy, man.
Now, what's crazier, that or the fact that there is an analytics conference every single year? I think Frank's actually been to this. So the MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference happened a couple of days ago, and they gave out their Transaction of the Year award.
Did you say transaction?
Transaction of the Year award to the Oakland Las Vegas Raiders for trading away Khalil Mack.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
So
they get an award for trading away a great player?
Yes.
Okay. This is confusing to me.
It really is.
But I guess because of what they got in return? Is that what they're saying?
Well, so one of the quotes was, we look at the process more than the result, and getting first-round picks can be the right thing, even if the results aren't well executed. So they're saying, how amazing is that? we might screw up what we're supposed to do with the picks, but that doesn't mean we made the wrong move. We're just stupid.
What about Amari? I mean, they got a first pick for him too. So
they're gonna screw that up.
I mean, I just don't know, man. That is a hilarious.
They're gonna say, can we still draft Darius Hayward Bay?
Nope.
Can we make that move again?
But we're gonna try.
So that was the pick that they made for the transaction of the year. Now, one more player I'm curious if you guys are interested in. Vontez Burfict has.
What are you doing? No, cut off his microphone.
Finally been released.
No.
By the Cincinnati Bengals.
The answer is a resounding. Is it resounding or resounding?
No, I think you got it.
No. Why would you do that? That dude right there is a terrible person.
He's a Garrett guy.
No, he's not.
Isn't he?
No, he's not. No, he's a project that you're never going to fix. Don't do it. It's a terror. Why are you even asking this question? You don't want him.
I
don't want Vontez Burfict.
But I mean, I wanted to let everybody know that he was out in the world in case you were interested.
All right. Yes. I know you don't even want him. So
absolutely not. Frisco ISD alum Jay Ajayi is meeting with the Colts. What would you think about that? Considering the Colts have the most money, they have like $103 million to spend.
And they haven't used like any of it yet.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
What would you think about Ajayi playing with the Colts?
I mean, he's got a knee problem, so that's something you got to take into consideration. They have some running backs. I think they're running backs in the draft. If you need a body, that's fine. But I think there are other options available.
Yeah.
But
it's like you don't even care that I just said Frisco ISD's own Jay Ajayi.
I'd rather him win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys, Kevin, than the Eagles.
So you'd be excited if he came here?
Yeah, actually, I would.
Would you?
Be weird.
Yeah, I would. I'd be okay with it.
Okay.
He's at home in the Star.
All right, we went from excited to I'd be okay.
Well, not for the Colts, Kevin. I don't want the Colts to have success.
Okay. We're the KNC Masterpiece right here on 105.3 The Fan. We are live from Surprise, Arizona, hanging out with the Rangers. You got Rangers, Dodgers coming at you in just a little bit. But coming up next, Haloti Ngata in his retirement. He retired almost on top of the world, which has us asking the question, which physical place would you actually want to retire at and make your announcement? 877-881-1053. We'll do it next on The Fan.
Never miss a second of The Fan. Tolo all day and all night, thanks to radio.com.
Radio.com. Hey there, folks. I want to tell you about our friends Mark and Scott Frankel at Frankel & Frankel. If you or maybe even somebody that you know has been hurt in an accident, car, motorcycle wreck, hit by an 18-wheeler, and it's not their fault. That just happened to me. And if it happens to you, you pick up the phone and you dial 1-800-LAWYERS or 214-333-3333.
Yeah, when it comes to personal injury, the Frankels are the best. So, Kevin, you're saying if I'm just driving down the road and somebody hits me,
yes,
I just get the phone out and I go 1-800-LAWYERS,
or
just like that.
214-333-3333.
Because for 25 years now, Frankel & Frankel have been fighting for their clients to get a recovery that's just. And when you've been in a wreck, it's very overwhelming. Scott and Mark Frankel have a team of lawyers that can soothe and calm you down and walk you through the process because they're focused on fighting to get you the recovery you deserve.
So if you need to be soothed and calmed down after that accident, let's face it, you probably do.
Yeah, you do.
Why don't you do what we do here at the Fan and dial 1-800-LAWYERS or go to FrankelFirm.com. Frankel & Frankel, the official lawyers of the Tolo. One call does it all at 1-800-LAWYERS.
DFW Airport makes parking for air travel easy as a click with new prepaid parking online. Just click, park, and save up to 50%. Plus, use your toll tag to make parking even easier. Visit dfwairport.com/park.
At Genesis of McKinney and Genesis of Plano, the #1 Genesis dealer in Texas, you'll find a tremendous selection of the North American Car of the Year, the Genesis G70, in addition to the Genesis G80 and G90. Plus, Genesis of McKinney and Genesis of Plano are proud parts of the Huffines Auto Group, which has been serving North Texas with Texas values for 95 years. For more, click to huffines.net.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we help our members execute missions every day, like Operation...
We really want this house, but we also want a new sofa, a bigger grill, and maybe a hammock in the backyard for a little well-earned R&R.
Or Operation...
We need a new house, but we don't need a down payment.
Apply now for a VA loan with Navy Federal and get the peace of mind that comes with a top VA loan lender. And fast approval, too. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Certain terms and conditions apply.
You get the most for your lease with an Autoflex lease, yeah. Yeah, we got the cars you love to drive.
Everyone knows that Autoflex Leasing is where to lease your new car. But Autoflex also has hundreds of low-mile, late-model lease returns, cars, trucks, and SUVs. When you pick out your favorite, we'll use the FlexLease computer system to find you the very best finance or lease program for you. Keeping your current lease vehicle? Then you really need to call Autoflex. We are the experts at financing your car and successfully terminating your old lease, even if you leased it from someone else. We also have the best extended warranty in the business. So whether you drive an SUV, a truck, or a luxury sedan, lease new, lease or buy used, Autoflex has the right car, the right financing, and the right warranty. Call Autoflex today at any local area code, then 234-1234, or reach us online at autoflex.com, and you'll see why our customers say,
Join me, RJ Choppy, at Boomer Jacks at Western Center and 35 in Fort Worth this Thursday from 6 to 8. We'll have basketball-themed games, watch all the college hoops, and enjoy great food and drinks and a patio. Details 105throughthefan.com.
In the next 12 weeks, 10,000 first-time homebuyers will purchase a home in the Metroplex. Some will have good jobs, good credit, and plenty of cash. Others won't. But what they will have in common is that they took the necessary steps to make sure they were mortgage ready before speaking to an agent or lender. Hey, Ben and Skin here for GetMortgageReady.com. Buying a home without expert guidance is like running a marathon without training.
Ben, GetMortgageReady.com offers first-timers a free qualification platform. It calculates your affordability, money needed. It identifies potential issues and provides tips and strategies to save you money. Thousands of folks have used Get Mortgage Ready, including me and Ben, as well as our listeners, and we highly recommend you do as well. They'll hold your hand until you get the keys to your new home. It's online. It's free. It takes less than 10 minutes and saves you money, all from the comfort of your couch. Make it happen, baby. Visit GetMortgageReady.com today or call 214-692-5300. That's 214-692-5300. Check it out. It's GetMortgageReady.com.
This segment of the KNC Masterpiece is brought to you by 1-800-Lawyers. If you've been hurt in an accident and it's not your fault, call the office of Frankel & Frankel right now at 1-800-Lawyers. Principal office, Dallas, Texas.
Back here on the KNC Masterpiece on 105.3 The Fan, Corey and Kevin and Parker are all out here in surprise. Reggie is back in the studio holding it down for us right now. Great work back there, homie. All right. Everything out here in surprise, getting ready to get underway, Kevin, as the Rangers are going to square off with the Dodgers of Los Angeles this evening. And you're going to have Eric Nadel and Matt Hicks on the call for that game tonight. They are preparing as we speak. They're jotting down notes. Hicks has already put up his sheet of all the things in order to not have to look at us because he doesn't like to look at us.
Can you blame him?
No, man, come on. Actually, somebody just pointed out, I guess they're watching us on the fan cam, and you can do that, 105throughthefan.com/fancam, and you can check us out. Somebody said, you guys look hot. Well, everybody ought to do soda if that's the result.
Specifically, they said you too look hot. So I guess they just left me out.
Well,
Thanks.
Parker, you did do soda.
682.
So that's the thing.
Plus, we learned today that Parker is not in good shape.
Yeah, Parker, out of all the people that did the hike today, Parker was the slowest.
Oh, it was brutal.
And he also fell like 5 or 6 different times because
just
of his
once.
weak legs.
I fell too.
His little giraffe legs just couldn't get him going. So, but yeah.
You saw him struggling to get up straight and all that. He just wobbled over.
Once I fell down, it took me like 15 minutes to get up. It was bad.
He was like JPP in the 3-point stance.
We're going to be out here. No, that is not true. We're going to be out here all week long, though, and we got tons of interviews to do and lots of fun to have throughout the week as well. Maybe we'll get in trouble at that singles resort. It's kind of awesome, though. I'm a little spoiled. All right, so Haloti Ngata, one of the most dominant defensive linemen of his era, scaled new heights, Kevin, to announce his retirement. In his Instagram post, he was on top of Mount Kilimanjaro, the world's tallest freestanding mountain, with a banner that read,
right?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
A banner that read, I'm retiring from the NFL on top of Mount Kilimanjaro. So there you go, man. He said, just a man standing on top of the world with a heart full of gratitude. Thank you, Lord, for letting me play the game I love for 13 unforgettable years. I'm retiring on top. Might be finished playing football, but I'm holding tight to the friendships, memories, and wisdom I've gained along the way. So, and he said, nobody ever gave his best and regretted it. And I think that's a dude right there that I would legitimately say gave his best, every effort. Every time I saw him out on the field, I was like, God, that guy's he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. So we're asking the question, that is a baller way to retire or to announce your retirement right there. Go to the top of a mountain and be like, yeah, I just climbed this sucker. Can you do that? And then how would you do it? How would you want to announce your retirement for whatever? Are you one of those people that just wants to knock over a bunch of glasses on your way out the restaurant door? How are you going to announce your retirement? 877-881-1053. I guess it brings up another question. How's Dirk going to announce his retirement whenever he does it?
I mean, I think Dirk has pretty much said that everyone is deciding it for him.
And he's not going to retire. He's
right.
like, no, I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this thing.
Don't forget, we talked about this now that he's past wilt. If he were to stick around and play at the level that he's played the last several weeks, he could absolutely pass Michael Jordan.
Yeah. So, but do you think that he'll do it in some baller way, or is he just going to kind of drift off into the ether?
No, I just think that he's going to be done. He's going to be like, some people might not care. I thought this was pretty big news. AJ Styles, the wrestler, his family got a new dog. He goes, look at the newest member of the Styles family. Oh, yeah, I also re-signed with WWE. But what a cute guy. And he was just like so nonchalant about it. I think that's what Dirk's going to do. He's going to say, hey, don't forget the Dirk Celebrity Charity Classic is going to be blah, blah, blah. Also, I'm retired.
I think it's just a picture that he posts on his @Swish41 handle on Twitter of him and Holger.
Yeah.
With the NBA or the NBA championship trophy, the championship MVP trophy, and his MVP trophy. And it just says it was a good run.
Well, Corey, I like that, but that simply won't do, because I was just thinking about this. We need to have on standby, we need to make a spectacular Flula-led Dirk retirement video.
Really?
So whenever it goes down,
yes.
we just have it ready to go.
Yes.
Like that needs to be a thing, right? If we messaged him, he would have it done.
Flula Dirk retirement rap.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm texting him right now.
But like warn him that it hasn't happened, because I don't want to send him into a panic and be like, oh my gosh, Corey, this is like the worst news since I dropped my ice cream into the volcano. Like, because that's how he talks. And so that's how he talks all the time, by the way. But he will absolutely take part in this. And I think we need to have it ready.
How great would it be if we set up the montage with the beginning of it is Flula on the phone with Dirk. And Dirk is announcing his retirement specifically to Flula. Then it busts into a rap, and we have video montage with all of his highlights. Like, I'm picturing this in my head right now. I'm going to start working on it.
Man, and we already know the song. All right? We played this song last night.
The end of everything. It's just the end of everything, you know. Bob Schneider, baby. He knows. All right, so I'm gonna text Flula about this right now, and we'll get that underway, and we'll see what we can start to develop. From the 806, I'd announce my retirement at my old high school baseball field after it's been named after me. That would be an awesome way to do it. From the 214, I would retire in between. Okay, I can't say that. The chicks. Oh my gosh.
But you want to.
Oh my gosh.
I can tell.
I'll always remember Nada for ending RG3's career.
Yeah.
From the 972, my perfect place to retire from, my desired profession, Santorini, Greece. So they want to retire in Greece. Somebody said retire right there in Surprise, Arizona. Announce it when the wheel on over to a lot of things I was talking about drunk last night, Kevin. So,
okay, I was gonna say we need to make sure that you read some of these
from the
before you say them.
I would announce my retirement from Jerry Jones's 24-karat gold and diamond toilet.
That's got to be a thing, right?
Absolutely.
You know where I would announce my retirement at the Blockbuster that fired me?
Is that
because that building off of Forest and Abrams is absolutely still there. So
you fired me, and look at the huge
Hell
success
yeah.
I've become.
Are you putting like the Blockbuster logo and sign and everything back up on the building just for the day? Or?
Yeah, and guess what? Just like I booted that shoplifter's window, I'm putting my foot through that Blockbuster logo window and saying that I want to officially announce my retirement and show off that I still have crazy flexibility.
You know, you do have crazy flexibility still.
Oh, we could show it on the webcam.
Let me just get out of the way for a second.
If you want to watch
here.
the webcam, you can see Kevin putting his foot up on his forehead.
I need to wear my workout pants. I can get more stretch out of that.
Oh
than these
my
jeans.
gosh!
But yeah, you can see my foot is on my head.
Yep,
Looks
there it
so
is.
uncomfortable.
That's my co-host right there.
I really want Matt Hicks to look over. The next time he looks over, I'm going to do it.
Here you go. Matt Hicks is going to be able to see this. Yeah, he said, "What is that?" So
and Oral Hershiser turned around just in time to see it too. No chance he jumped.
Well, if he was coming over before, it's absolutely not going to
I think
happen.
you just freaked him out.
He's like, "Hey, maybe he's trying to pull a me." Too edgy for Arizona. Whoops. In case you thought they won't be as edgy when they're sitting in the ballpark. Think again.
I think I've always wanted to do this, Kevin. I've always wanted to do a show from the top of the Green Thumb, the tallest building in downtown Dallas.
Yes,
that is the Bank of America building.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do a show from there, so I think that's what I would want to do. I would announce my retirement on the show that we finally got to do on the top of the Bank of America building.
Would you invite like Barry Horn and people from CW who badmouth our show along
Absolutely.
the way?
No, and you know what? I've never really shared that on air, have I?
No.
Okay, I was working at Channel 33, and they were getting ready to hire a bunch of full-time people, and they were trying to decide what they were doing as a station. And I went in for an interview and told them, I wanted the job and I'd really like it. And they said, "What are you going to do when your little radio show comes calling?" And I said, "What do you mean, my little radio show?" And they said, "Well, I mean, you always look like you're going to go do other stuff with them." And I was like, "Well, I guess I'd just have to take that whenever it came, huh?" And it infuriated me, dude.
Wow.
I was furious about that because this isn't just a little radio show. This is something that means something to people. Kevin, we have so many people out there that listen every night that are affected by the things we say, that when they listen, they say to themselves, "Man, my life's a little bit better today because I got to laugh with those knuckleheads." And this isn't just a little radio show. We're not just some little bit. We're something that really affects lives. And I take a lot of pride in that. I am proud that I represent a legion of Tolos and Master Peeps that are out there that really do love and desire this thing, because you guys, y'all drive it and y'all make it a lot of fun. So that's, yeah, man, it ticked me off whenever they said that. And I'm so happy that I made the right decision because they're still struggling. Sometimes to do the right things.
I mean, I wasn't going to mention what happened to the other person. But
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just don't worry, man. Like, if you have people that try to beat you down at your job and tell you you're not good enough, the exact same thing has happened to us time and time and time again.
Yeah, you guys will never be good enough. And, well, I mean, here we are. All right, so from the 469, I would have lost my retirement after I win the lottery. So they would...
See, and that's the thing, is I would totally want to go to Vegas, but then I know I would have to unretire after I lost all my money. I would, I'm telling you, if
it would be a bender for you, a gambling bender?
Here's the way I view it, Corey, and you tell me if you think this is how it could go down. Within 6 months of moving to Vegas, I would be a millionaire. And within 2 years, I would be homeless. I wouldn't settle on any early success I have. I would keep trying to top it, and it would eventually all come tumbling down because I clearly have a problem.
Yeah.
And so then I would end up being homeless, and I would need to unretire and come back and beg Gavin for a job. And he would be like, "Oh, yeah, what about when you ripped up all your stuff in front of me and said, 'I'm never coming back'?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're smart."
You handed me a whole stack of papers and then knocked the stack out of my hand and told me to pick them up. And then as I was picking them up, you pushed me over while I was down there trying to pick. And then you'd be like, "Yeah, I did all those things."
And I was like, but at the time when I thought I had lots of money, you could see why it would be funny, right?
From the 940, I'd retire at a Hooters eating all you can eat wings and Miller Lights. man, what a place, you know?
Yeah, I really like their wings too. Like, I know people use that as a cop out for why they go there, but I do really think their wings are actually pretty good.
From the 469, I would have written on the skyline of Dallas while I parachute into the Star and have Jerry as my jump buddy hooked to my front, and we would have streamers flying out of our backsides.
Man, I think that's a great idea because I really do, because that thought had crossed my mind is I've never really wanted to skydive, but jumping out of a plane and firing off the parachute and on the back of it that says "I retire," then I think that could be a way to go.
If you're going to go that far, though, why don't you just get a Skyrider?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Could I fly in the plane with him?
Oh,
well, I
dude,
guess
no.
And then jump
Here's
out.
what I want you to do. Here's what I want you
It's
to do,
written
Kevin.
and you fall through it.
I want you to be on top of the airplane. You know, like
riding the airplane.
Yes, I want you to ride the airplane that's riding all the things in the sky. From the 817, I imagine Kevin climbing the 200,000-watt tower and saying, "I'm on top of the radio world." So that's I could totally hear Kevin doing something like that. That would be pretty awesome. I'm on top of the radio world.
Well,
just standing on top of a tower.
And we were so close to almost being able to do that back in the day, right? Do you remember when we were on the 12th floor? We would always wander up to that bathroom and open the giant windows and go walk out on the roof.
It's the world's weirdest bathroom.
I think it's okay to say that now. Yeah. So it's just a regular bathroom, except they have these giant windows that you could just see into the bathroom, which is really strange. But then you could open those windows and go directly to the roof. And I remember many a times we walked out there, especially times when it iced over and we were just looking at how slow everyone was going and thinking, oh God, it's going to be horrible to try to get home tonight.
Kevin, a lot of people talking about the speech I gave when I told that one company to stick it. They said from the 469, I'm affected by everything you say now, and I have to see a psychiatrist because of it.
That's a good point. I
that's
agree.
a good thing, though.
No,
Right?
it's not.
This
but
is
it's
the best
factually-
show on radio. KNC is my favorite show on the Fan and has gotten me through some tough times. Yes, y'all are the best. Thank you for talking to us. From the 972, people beat me down at work telling me I'm not good enough. I use you guys as an example of how far incompetence can take you to cheer me back.
Woo! We're incompetent.
Hold on. Did they just say something mean about us?
Oh,
now?
no,
And
but we're far. We've come a long way.
The example I can use from the newspaper, and I kept the clip because I was like, we'll see about that, is when they announced some of the changes. You know, Elf and Slater, they were leaving. Rage was going to be out. G-Bag was moving into Elf and Slater's spot. Ben and Skin were coming in. And then we were taking over for the nighttime. And it was just a very nonchalant but very pointed criticism, and says when they talked about KNC and they said, though one would think the Fan would have been much better suited by bringing in a known respected commodity or something along those lines. And so it was a huge shot at us. And here, because of you guys, we're the #1 talk show on. So I'm just saying, thank you guys, even here from Arizona, because you guys say that we make an impact, y'all make an impact, and y'all support definitely matters.
Keep telling your friends about us, and then they'll think you're crazy.
We're the KNC Masterpiece out 105.3 The Fan. I mean, pretty much. Live from Surprise, Arizona. We've got Rangers, Dodgers coming at you in just a minute. But coming up next, let's talk with Eric Nadel. We climbed a mountain with him today.
Oh, man, it was awesome.
True story. We'll talk about that next on The Fan.
Coming up tomorrow on the Ben and Skin Show, we start things off by celebrating Dirk and recapping an electric night at the AAC with Jeff Skinwade, who was there to see it all up close. And don't miss Brian brought us at 4:20. Right home with us 3 to 7 on 105.3 The Fan.
Listen all week long for high-energy moments in tournament history, sponsored by 5 Hour Energy. Memorable college basketball games and plays from past playoffs. 5 Hour Energy. Energy on the go.
What are you looking forward to in this year's tournament?
Well, Geico is very excited to be a proud partner of NCAA March Madness.
Sure.
And I guess I'd love to see some upsets.
Ah, you're rooting for some sleeper teams.
No, I wouldn't go that far. No, I think they should stay awake if they want to win. I mean, snoozing is not the best basketball tactic as far as I know. Are you open for a pass? Hang on.
A sleeper just means an underdog.
Right. I'm just messing about. Listen, I'll just stick to telling people how easy Geico makes it. to switch and save.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TTY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available in our network.
Hello, everybody out there. Turn that car around and get over here. Danny's birthday party is almost over.
Car Toys is celebrating our 32nd birthday bash and over 9 million happy customers.
With the best deals ever.
Pioneer CD receiver, just $49. Alpine and JL speakers, buy one, get one half price. Free installation on our best-selling Apple CarPlay and Android Auto receivers. Save up to $200 on CompuStar remote start systems. All amps, subs, and marine products are on sale.
You don't become the biggest in America unless you're amazing. Danny's detailing experts made my Buick look brand new.
Buy an ultimate detailing package and get a free classic detail.
My Danny's Car Toys stores are the best place in America to see and try out all the newest audio and safety technology.
You can't do that shopping online.
Nope.
But you better hurry.
Danny's birthday party is almost over.
Car Toys, a better way to go.
Ben Bradshaw here with UA Local 100. As a building contractor, you know the importance of manning your construction projects with the very best craftsmen available and getting the job done on time. Not only on time, but completed properly. UA Local 100 has been delivering excellence in piping craftsmanship here in Dallas for more than a century. Give us a try on your next building project and see for yourself. We are reliable and dependable. Call us now at 214-909-9185 or at ualocaldfw.com.
Everyone knows that even good people fall on hard times. Your credit cards get maxed out and you get behind on your taxes. Unfortunately, the IRS is not as understanding, and they won't stop until they collect. They have the power to take your paycheck, freeze your bank accounts. Even your home or business could be at risk. It's simply not worth it to take on the IRS by yourself. You need to call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. When you call, be sure to ask about the Fresh Start Initiative. It's a special IRS tax debt assistance program that could save you thousands, even tens of thousands. Optima will immediately provide you with a team of professionals who could protect you from the IRS, ensuring that you get the best possible outcome. The Better Business Bureau has awarded them an A+ rating, and you will too. So put the hard times behind you and call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-909-8122. 800-909-8122. 800-909-8122.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Calling all Walking Dead heads. Register on 1053thefan.com for your chance to win the complete 4th season of AMC's hit television drama, Fear the Walking Dead, on Blu-ray and DVD.
Before I started at Soda Weight Loss, I'd been on TV a couple of times, and I hated the way that I looked. I looked like I was frumpy. A shaved face just didn't look right on me. And to be honest, I kind of looked like a sweaty fat guy. But now you can catch a brand new commercial that I've done with Soda Weight Loss on TV. I'm not going to let this go to my head or anything, but I look really good on screen. Oh, and Kevin makes an appearance too. He looks amazing. So KNC goes from radio to big-time TV stars. If you see the commercial, take a picture, send it to us on Instagram, send it to us on Facebook, and send it to us on Twitter as well. We'd love to see what kind of goofy faces we make during this awesome commercial. But seriously, I couldn't have had the confidence to walk in and look at myself on the television screen if it wasn't for Soda Weight Loss. I lost 100 pounds. Kevin lost 176 pounds, and it's all thanks to the nutrition and the work that we've done with them. Just call Soda at 1-800-555-6521. Visit any of their Soda locations or go to sodaweightloss.com. That's Soda. Say it with me now. State of the art.
It's another week for you to win on the Fan. Listen for your chance to see Smashing Pumpkins and Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds August 24th at Dos Equis Pavilion. Win tickets from Sean and RJ all week at 7:40 on the Fan.
This segment of the KNC Masterpiece is brought to you by the new Mesquite Mitsubishi. The new Mesquite Mitsubishi is now open. Just $250 down and $250 a month or less on a new Mitsubishi. Check them out, 635 and Oates, and you can visit them online at mymitsu.com.
Welcome back to the KNC Masterpiece here on 105.3 The Fan. We are live from Surprise right now. The Rangers are getting ready in about 15 minutes to get underway with the Dodgers tonight out here at Surprise. And we're really excited to turn things over to Eric Nadel and Matt Hicks as they do the broadcast throughout the evening. And we have Eric Nadel joining us right now. Eric, how's everything going
It's
today?
going great. Are you not excited to turn it over to Jared, too?
Well,
No.
I mean,
You do enough of that during the year?
we know Jared. Like we've worked with him, so it's kind of we know the guy. We are excited to do that as well. But we had an adventure with you today, Eric, and we went on a little bit of a hike.
Yeah, it was a great one.
That was Ted forced us to go really hard.
Almost
today.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Up and down.
and then up and down.
Dusty and dirty and hot.
And do you notice the not so subtle but everly effective reverse psychology he uses on us? And he's like, I mean, you got options. You could give up and go back, or if you and
I was, be wimp.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Screw you, Ted. I know what you're doing, and it worked.
Yeah, every time.
He knows how to motivate people.
Absolutely, he does. All right, so this club, the way things are going right now, what have you kind of observed from the young group that we're seeing, and what are you excited about with the pitching staff and with the young players in the field?
Before even coming to camp, I was excited about the lineup, and I still am. And now I'm more excited about the starting rotation, which I think gives the Rangers a chance to be competitive this year.
Is it better than last year's starting rotation?
I think so, assuming that those three guys are actually healthy, coming back from Tommy John surgery, Volquez and Smiley and Miller, then I think it's definitely better than last year. Lance Lynn's solid. You usually know pretty much what you're going to get out of him, which probably isn't much different from what you're going to get out of Mike Minor. If the Rangers can have their starting pitchers keep them in games, I think they've got a shot to be a 500 club and, make things interesting.
And I know it's kind of, you'll have to wait and see, but how much do you take away from the fact that they have made it through spring training and stayed healthy? The three Tommy John in particular that you referenced as being exciting.
Yeah. I mean, all you can go on is what you've seen so far. Each of those guys has pitched 4 times. The velocity is there, for all the guys. Obviously there's going to be some rust in terms of their command and that sort of thing. But there's nothing to lead you to believe that these guys aren't healthy and ready to pitch.
Now, how do you balance because how fans work, is the desire to win versus when you start winning, will you start trading pieces off for the future versus, hold on, we've been winning with these pieces. Why not keep pushing? Like, how does that all kind of shake out as the year goes along?
Well, it's an interesting situation. All 3 of those guys are on 1-year deals. And
Minor jumps to mind, of course.
Yeah, Minor has 1 more year. You see where you are, in July. Hopefully that's a problem the Rangers are going to have, doing better than all the forecasters say, so that it's not an obvious, we've got to sell off the guys who have any value.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you know these players? You've talked with players year in and year out. I know everyone says we're concerned about what happens in the clubhouse, and I get all that. But do you get the sense that they're all aware of what expectations are from year to year?
I think so. And, Jeff Bannister used to really like to flaunt that as,
he did.
Let's have a chip on our shoulder because the world is against us. I haven't heard Chris Woodward use that psychology yet, which is interesting. But I think guys know they at least pay enough attention to what's out there to know that nobody's expecting them to be any good, which is, maybe good. The team, doesn't have any sort of pressure on it in that regard, and that probably makes things a little easier, at least at the start of the year. If they start winning, then all of a sudden,
if not, then you'll hear people, I told you, I knew they weren't going to blah, 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 blah.
Over the years, the way that John Daniels has added guys that you're like, okay, and I guess this is, the options to trade and continue to build the farm system are there, but they always seem to add a guy that produces or does something and contributes. And Hunter Pence seems like one of those guys that has that opportunity this year. Is that what you're seeing?
Definitely. And there was so much talk about the leadership void coming into spring training, and he's the guy who can fill it better than anybody else. Obviously, Chu and Elvis and whoever else has been around for a while is going to take more of a leadership role. But I think Pence is the guy who, when something needs to be said in the clubhouse, either to the group or to an individual, will go ahead and do it. But, he's got to be at least a contributing part of the team in order to do that. And he has shown in spring training that, the ball's jumping off his bat. as long as Chris can get him enough playing time, I think he can be a major contributor in terms of his hitting, not just what he does in the clubhouse.
And this is not his fault because he was brought in to do just that. However, with the rise of Hunter Pence, it seems like the pendulum balancing move would be potentially the push down of Willie Calhoun. What do you think that could do to his development? Because I know last time he didn't seem to handle it super well.
It'll be up to him, and it'll be partially up to Chris Woodward and John Daniels in the way they explain it to Willie. But I think he understands the situation. He has options. You're limited in the number of people you can have on the bench these days, as teams tend to need 13-man pitching staffs. The Rangers, in particular, with 3 guys coming back from Tommy John surgery. So, he's just going to have to suck it up most likely and go to the minor leagues and play. And, I don't buy this stuff that there's nothing left for him to learn in the minor leagues. I don't buy that. What has he done in the minor leagues? Has he hit 350? Has he hit 35 home runs? He can continue to work on his defense in the outfield. He's made progress. But I don't think it's a waste of time for him to be playing at AAA when the season begins and playing regularly. I hope he won't react negatively to it as he did the last time.
I wanted to go back to pitching real quick. Kevin and I noticed something last year, and we kind of made some demands that the Rangers get more strikeout pitchers. Because at the end of the year, we noticed that all the playoff teams were 1 through 8 in strikeout pitching. So we said, okay, maybe that's just a trend. And throughout your years, you've seen a lot of guys come and go. How do you know when? Because they went out and they got some guys that are good strikeout pitchers. Some of the guys they've added to this thing. How do you know when guys have it? How do you know when from your seat when you see a guy that's really got something special going?
Usually, a guy's got a great finishing pitch. Where he gets his strikeout, he's got a strikeout pitch. It's not necessarily the case. If a guy really knows how to pitch, he can get him anyway. Smiley would probably be an example of that, or even Lance Lynn, whose stuff isn't, overpowering, but, who had an awfully good strikeout performance with the Yankees the last couple of months of the season. But you're right. The 4 starting pitchers who they've added all have the ability to strike people out. In the case of Volquez, it's just incredible stuff. You've got a fastball upwards of 95 combined with just a wicked changeup, and a breaking ball.
With the return of Volquez, do you get nostalgic for the days of DVD? Because that was, we grew up in the Metroplex, and for the longest time, even when the Rangers were making the playoffs, obviously pitching was always an issue. And I just remember being sold that DVD with Danks and Diamond was going to take over the world.
Well, we were all led to believe that.
We were, weren't we?
And then when Volquez started coming up to the big leagues, he showed flashes of it, but he was very inconsistent. And it's interesting you mentioned the nostalgia. Oral Hershiser's here as the Dodgers.
Yes. Oh, I know.
Today. He was the pitching coach when
for
Volquez
DVD.
first came up. And I went in there today and had a long conversation with Oral about Edinson Volquez, because after one of those seasons, Oral told me that, he was concerned at Volquez's inability to repeat his delivery. And you never know whether a pitcher is going to be able to correct that or not. Or I remember Oral telling me some pitchers just aren't athletic enough to repeat the delivery. Some of them just don't get into a solid enough delivery, especially with their legs, to ever do it. Stuff that's much too complicated for me to understand. But I went over there today and I said, hey, what do you think Volquez did to enable him to do that? Because in 2008, after the Rangers traded him, he had that great year for Cincinnati. And
where people were worried about the Hamilton trade, because right off the bat, you were like,
Volquez was an all-star.
yeah.
Yeah, and almost a rookie of the year. And Oral said it was all about his legs. He learned how to use his legs. And I haven't asked Volquez that. I'm curious to see if his response is going to be the same. But I don't think I've ever talked to anybody who knows more about pitching than Oral Hershiser.
That's why Corey loves him.
Yeah, I went over there and asked him. He just now gave me hey, do you want me to come on? And I was like, we got Eric Nadel. Sorry, sorry, man. All right, but that's something else, Kevin. We were here when Venezuela, is that who it was, Kevin?
The World Baseball Classic?
The Royals. Was it? He passed away in a wreck.
You're Donovan Ventura?
Yes.
Ventura. So we were here the night here. He was pitching a no-hitter through like the 7th inning.
Yep.
When do you realize that you're like, okay, I'm glued to this because this guy has a chance to do something special?
5 innings is usually it for me. If a guy's got a no-hitter through 5 innings, we start paying attention, start taking it seriously.
Do you get an excitement about it?
Oh, I do. When Darvish was on the verge, I don't think I'd ever been more nervous calling a game in my life than when Darvish was working in the 9th inning on that game in Houston, the perfect game that Marwin broke up.
Yeah. Do you think about what you might say in the moment, or does that mess it up?
I didn't think about it that night. There haven't been many occasions where I've gotten that deep to really think about it. I think it's much better in a case like that if you just let it happen. We're not all Vin Scully to come up with something that, will be quoted forever. But, the only time I ever really thought about what I might say was when the Rangers won the pennant for the first time in 2010, and I actually said some of those things. I had scribbled a couple of things down. The other time I actually scribbled things down was in Game 6 in 2011.
Oh,
and
I didn't bring it up, Kevin.
He brings up Game 6 all the time.
I think as Rangers fans, we have to own that. We have to own the misery that was.
Exactly. There was for some great cosmic reason, we were all thrown together in this sordid mess after not winning the World Series, and we're all in it together. But my own experience was I had jotted down a couple of things I wanted to make sure to say after the Rangers won that game, and then when they tied it up, when Freese hit that ball that didn't get caught, they tied it up. I crumpled up the notes and I threw it under the counter.
Okay, well, we appreciate you coming by, Eric. Unfortunately, it looks like we're out of time.
Well, there's more to it, because when Hamilton hit the home run in the 10th, I climbed under the counter, groveled on the floor, and found the notes.
Okay.
So it's all my fault.
Okay.
The blood's on my hands.
As long as you admit that. All right, Eric will try to make up for it. Coming up next, Rangers, Dodgers. We've been the KNC Masterpiece. We'll be back tomorrow and the rest of the week from Surprise with full shows. So tune in 7 to 11 right here on 105.3 The Fan.
You get the most for your lease with an Autoflex lease.
The most perfect vehicle in the world is the one that's right for you and has a payment that's right for your budget. Autoflex Leasing has been finding those perfect cars, trucks, and SUVs for our clients for over 30 years. To put that in perspective, when we started, you could lease a new Chevrolet El Camino or get a 5-year lease on a brand new Datsun 280ZX. A lot has changed over time, but the one thing that remains the same is the excellent service you get